When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com. San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs open the Emirates Cup play tonight as they welcome LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers into the Frost Bank Center. Tip at 6:30. In college football, UTSA welcomes North Texas into the Alamo Dome for a 7 o'clock kick. On Saturday, the third-ranked Texas Longhorns are in Fayetteville to play Arkansas, a game you can catch on ABC. Kickoff at 11. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, baby. How we doing, San Antonio? Oh, me, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. I'm AJ. He's Rob Thompson. Good morning, Rob. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We get to, it's like the combo Friday, payday, mid-month. You're a week and a half or so away from a little vacay. Got Thanksgiving almost here. Got a football weekend. There's a little chill in the air. It's a good day. Good day.
You know how I knew there was a chill in the air? When I got in my car this morning, it said tire pressure low.
Yep, that's the San Antonio signal that fall is finally fallen.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. It's going to be damn near 60 degrees.
That's it, baby. That's it.
Hey, man, it was
lovely
morning.
this morning. I'll take that every damn day.
I will. Now, it's supposed to be, we're living the desert life, right? So it's going to warm up, and then, like, next week it's supposed to, it'll get here. Like, really
bring it on.
Get here, like high in the low 60s.
Bring it on.
Bring it. I'm ready. But this weekend, 85.
Yeah.
But we'll have some cool
We'll
evenings.
still be in shorts.
I ain't going outside this weekend. You crazy? I'm gonna be posted up in my little one-bedroom apartment,
Caved up.
living my best life, drinking beers, watching violence, watching football. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. I'll be watching Mike Tyson tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch Mike Tyson. I'm like,
Netflix.
he's a killer. He's a killer. Jake Paul don't know what's coming.
I can't imagine. Like, Mike and I are the same age.
Yeah, but you're the bitch.
But see,
You're a bitch, and I'm a killer.
wow. Dude.
You gonna say something about it, Rob Thompson? You gonna say something to me? Say
Just
it.
call me a bitch?
Say it,
you
bitch.
better keep drinking your coffee. Better wake your ass up. This ain't a dream.
You're the manufactured killer. I'm a natural-born killer.
I'm so glad at 59 I'm not waking up this morning knowing I'm about to fight somebody, even if it is Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I don't care who
You're
it
not
is.
fighting a 30-year-old man tomorrow?
I'm so glad I'm not waking up having to fight today. I don't care what happened, how long I've been training. I'm still 59. I'm glad I
Rob's
ain't
like-
getting up to fight somebody today.
I pulled my oblique thinking about fighting.
God. I know, and he looks good, man. I'm proud of him. 59, that looked pretty good in that little bikini, but dude, I'm glad I'm not having to get in the ring with anybody, even if I hate as much as Jake Paul. I'm glad I don't have to do it.
But what if you were going to get $20 million to get in there and fight?
I would do it begrudgingly.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know how miserable I was. But no
you'd
matter
still do it.
how much, I'm glad I didn't wake up and as my alarm went off this morning, went,
Man.
oh, God, a fight tonight.
I'm going to kill. I'm
like, oh, damn, I got to fight tonight.
going to kill you. I'll eat your other kidney, Victor. I'll eat it. I'll eat it in front. I'll eat it in front of your wife and your children.
No.
He's going to
I'll eat your kidney
No.
and I'll spit it out on your wife's face
see, man.
because you're a little bitch.
Did you buy last night? Was that real?
I don't know. I don't know. It didn't feel real because, like, Jake Paul was too cool about it. And the truth is, I like to think that I'm calm and cool, but if another man slapped me in the face, I'm not cool at that point.
I agree.
I'd lose it.
Yeah.
I'm about 50-50. I feel like it was probably staged, or at least discussed.
I think it was staged. Yeah, I think it was at least planned. And I don't think that was not a full bore slap from Tyson
But my
either.
fear is, if I was Jake, that he would go full bore Mike Tyson. This is almost, you're unleashing the whirlwind when you're asking Mike to, hold off on that punch.
Well, it's like
don't slap me too hard, Mike.
It's like the story of WrestleMania 3, where Hulk Hogan was supposed to kind of take over the crown from Andre the Giant, and they discussed it, and
Andre didn't know.
Hulk Hogan
didn't know.
Hogan kept asking Andre, how's this going to go? And he's like, don't worry, it's going to go. And then because Hulk Hogan knew that if Andre decided
I won't be
he
able
wanted to win, then there was nothing Hulk Hogan could do about it.
Now, I watched a documentary, and this was supposed to be the first time that the Giant had ever been body slammed. And in fact, he had been body slammed.
Yeah, he'd been body slammed many times.
There were so many things behind the scenes.
They also made him. They also
nothing.
labeled him as undefeated, and he'd lost many times.
Yeah, he'd been run out of town.
But again, that was brilliant marketing by.
So last night, you like, Mike just hit me about 60%. It's like, dude, you better just hit me at 60. But it felt 50-50 stage. But I'm going to be watching. This will be the first time I have watched Jake Paul fight.
Okay.
I'm not, and this is because I don't have to pay a penny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, well, I found out this morning something crazy. Edwin doesn't have Netflix.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pass the hat here.
That's wild. Don't have Netflix.
I don't know how I would exist.
When you say, hey, what streaming services do you use? There's a plethora of them.
But everybody got Netflix.
Everybody's got Netflix, and everybody has Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Because
Hulu.
maybe, but Hulu's usually like a TV service.
Yeah, you can kind of plug those in.
So,
but
and
everybody's
got
those two.
He has like plug in the wall. He has AT&T Uverse, so he's like, that's what I use. And it's like, okay, so that's your TV, but what about how do you watch stuff on Netflix?
Right.
And he's like, I don't.
I don't.
That's crazy.
That's blasphemy.
That's a wild way to live.
The treasure trove. It'll be like a preacher's kid when they're finally free. Once he finally gets Netflix, we'll never see him again.
That's like those
He'll
guys.
just disappear.
yeah.
He'll be he's got too many thousands of hours of great TV to watch.
He's like those the people that raw dog it on planes.
Just zone out. Man, that's
never watched Netflix.
That's psychotic.
It's like, yeah, I don't. Wow.
You raw dogged it
What?
on a flight.
No, not fully. No, I had
Dude,
like a
that's
book.
psycho. I see those dudes sitting in an airplane just like staring forward.
I tried
I
for a
can't do
while.
that.
It's hard for me to pet.
No.
I've done it
that
before, where I've gotten on the plane and not used an electronic. I've just gone straight to sleep and
No, that's
woken up when I
different. No,
landed.
that's an entirely different
Okay.
thing. No, but you see those dudes like just zoned out, staring at the seat in front of them. No, man, that's weird.
You know what I hate? I hate when people say, "Oh, I don't own a television."
Well, you're psychotic.
Yeah, I don't watch TV.
You need to go to Black Friday.
I have books in my house.
You're better than me.
I have a library card. Oh.
No.
Oh. Well, you're just awesome then, aren't you?
Yeah, you're better than me. You can read.
Yeah.
Print is
Good-
dead. It's
good
all
for
digital now.
you.
It's all ones and zeros. Print is dead.
Good for you, Bubba.
We got a busy night tonight.
I can't read books because I always see a bright white spot at the top of the book, and it just distracts me.
Yeah, it throws me off. You want one? You want a TV with a little white spot on it? I
I'm
got
all right.
one.
I'm
Anybody-
all right.
Anybody looking for a 65-incher with what looks like a sun right in the middle of the TV? I've got one.
Well, and if you're Rob's wife, you don't even notice it.
A lot
So
of people
there's
wouldn't
a
even
big
notice it.
population that doesn't notice
Wouldn't
it.
even know.
I mean,
But I can't.
Barely
I
there.
can't bear to throw that thing away. But I don't know what to do with it.
I don't know what to do with it either.
I think I'm gonna save it and like put it outside. Because with
Have it as
by
a
the-
patio
TV.
television.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's a pretty big ass thing to be lugging.
Yeah.
So I might have to. But it still has that. I guess it'll be all right.
Why don't you
It-
call the guy that brought your refrigerator in?
the dude that lugged it up 150 yards?
Yeah, tell him.
dude.
He can move that TV. No problem.
Put it out there for the chickens to watch.
Yeah, it'll be chicken.
Yeah, there
you
we
can,
go.
Yeah, chicken TV.
Yeah.
There's an idea. There's $1 million idea.
Foghorn, Leghorn on
There's
repeat.
nothing but chicken cartoons all day
right.
long.
Nah, just put roosters on there, and then maybe they'll lay eggs.
I see.
Well, I say,
boy.
keep that coyote away from here.
See that we can't. They don't show those cartoons anymore.
No.
You can't do foghorn.
You know where you can get them? Netflix.
Yeah, you can watch. I'm talking about the broadcast.
Edwin
ones.
can't see them.
Yeah.
Evidently there were some connotations that we don't cotton to no more.
Oh, you think Foghorn Leghorn was racist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody in the
believe it's
history of time who talks like this is probably a
Considered
racist.
racist and probably just a little
They
bit
probably own people.
felonious.
Yeah,
Right?
if you talk like this, you certainly have said the N-word.
Well, sir, I beg to differ.
I do
Lord,
declare.
a lot of mercy.
Yeah.
Getting me the vapors. Speaking those N-words.
Oh,
Lord, we got UTSA.
yeah,
We
baby.
got the Roadrunners playing in the Dome. We got LeBron going down at the Frost Center. It's going to be a busy weekend around here.
We're a hell of a team at home, gentlemen. We just need y'all to pack the dome. God bless. Birds up.
God bless birds up. You need to go to the Frost
the
Bank
dome.
Center and look at some ugly uniforms. Try to figure out why the hell we got checkers on the sides of our shorts in pink and blue.
If you're thinking about it, we don't have an ugly field. There's gonna be an ugly field in San Antonio, but it's on the Spurs court, and here in the Alamo Dome, we're gonna be looking good. We're gonna be looking sharp.
You brought up something. I thought I saw floating around the social medias last night the court. The
You
Frost
didn't?
Court. Well, I think it might have been like somebody that worked in the Dome, like that just took a picture, like maybe it wasn't supposed to be publicized. Like one of the,
They've since been fired.
well, because I haven't seen an official media release. I've seen the media release for the uniforms, which, but
Yeah.
I saw Philly play in their first tournament game, and remember it looked all blue. Have you seen that court? It looked like they're playing somewhere in Lithuania.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ours looked like it was kind of a gunmetal gray, and I wanted to have that. I wanted to see a picture to make sure I saw it. Like I didn't want to talk about something that might not be real, and I haven't seen a press release. But I swear I saw a picture, and of the picture I saw, it looked pretty cool. It looked better than I thought it would look.
If I were the Spurs and I played in the Frost Center, I would make it an iced out theme, like where it looked like you're
It should be the
you're
ice
playing
house.
in Mr. Freeze's
Well,
lair.
think of the reason I'm with that because it's the poster that all of us had was ice sitting on the ice throne, the ice chair, dribbling the ice balls in the silver. It's the ice house, man. It should be. That's what it should be
I think it's
called.
a good idea.
In honor. I was going to say in memoriam, but we still got George.
Yeah,
Yeah. Have him sit on like
we said
an ice
the
chair.
ice house.
Yeah.
but
Like
they're not
a chair made out of ice.
And I would say that should apply to the uniforms too.
they're not as smart as us.
No, that's why we do this.
And I actually can get down. I like last year's jerseys. I didn't like at all.
Oh.
I hated them. In fact, this year they improved, except for the checkerboard part.
I don't like the checkerboard. I don't like the highlighted pink. I just don't like it. There's just nothing redeeming about the uniform.
I
don't
like the
get
blue.
it.
Like I'm cool with that, but I don't like the checkerboard.
And what's this obsession with San Antonio in the 60s? Who cares? We were everybody looks back to 68. And, there was in San Antonio history, you're going to learn that 1968 was this pivotal point in our history. That's the year we hosted the World's Fair. That's when we improved all of downtown. And really, that was the time from
That's when
that
the
point
tower
on.
was built, right?
Yeah, the tower. From that point on, we began to consider ourselves a legitimate city.
Yep.
But so we improved ourselves then. So we're looking back to that, what was a very unfortunate fashion era. Evidently, we were all wearing some really weird colors back in the late 60s because it's not even Fiesta colors. It's like Fiesta colors that have been in hot water for a couple of weeks.
I think the move for the city editions should be like a De Los Muertos.
I would be with that.
Like you have like
The-
sugar skulls and but they're
we
blowing
could paint
it.
our faces for the game.
Oh yeah.
That you want to talk
like
about?
have a promo with with Wimby and all the guys have the makeup on. Like that'd be
We'd all
dope.
skull out and like half painted faces.
It'd be
before all
scary.
of our playoff games.
And put that up on make the arena dark and then put that up on the big screen.
Well, just even on roadies, we show up in that stuff.
Oh, like actually having the face
They
paint?
wear it on
That'd
the
be
game in the
gangster.
court.
That would be pretty gangster.
Yeah, man. It's about selling tickets, right?
That's true. That's true. Then if that's the case, just let them get it tattooed on.
Well,
Forget the paint.
I'm not against it. I think that's personal preference.
Yeah,
you could do henna.
Oh, are you committed to the team or not? That's what I would say.
Are you all in?
Do we have a contract or do we not have a contract? All right. we got a lot to discuss today. We will have Mike McCarthy on 6:45-ish in that last segment of the 6 o'clock hour. I'm not really sure if he's going to be – I'm guessing he's not going to be in a great mood.
Yeah, what's he got to lose, man? Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose.
Yeah, that's true. But we'll talk to him. We'll talk everything coming up this weekend. You know, we mentioned the Mike Tyson fight. We'll get into that a little bit. We'll get into John Jones, the greatest of all time, is fighting on Saturday, and obviously a full weekend of football. When we come back, though, we'll talk about the football from last night. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've cleared one of our trouble spots. That accident, 35 southbound Schertz Parkway, just cleared. Still has you slow from FM 482, so a slow residual delay. That road work is still set up at 35 southbound Olympia Parkway to 1604, and that's a 15-minute delay from FM 1518. It's got the roadway reduced to just one lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
What's on?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. With Progressive Insurance, you can make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
My neighbor across the street, his mother died. I paid cash for the car, and he gave me a title with his mother's name on it, and they won't let it get registered.
Yeah, y'all should have just forged it. Now you need to get him to apply for a new title and forge the dead mother's name. And she's damn sure not going to sue because she's dead.
This is not endorsed by GiveMeTheVin.com.
Not at all.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas, open to the public 7 days a week with a country club feel. It's football season, so book your tee times early at golfclubtexas.com and stick around and watch the games. Make Golf Club of Texas your football headquarters where you can watch every game. They'll even stay open until the end of every NFL game, including Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Get into the Tin Cup Bar at the Golf Club of Texas, Highway 90 at Briggs Ranch Road. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
If you needed one more reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler, get this. Diamonds Direct maintains involvement in the entire diamond process and handpicks the best just for you. You see, any jeweler can claim to be a direct importer or have so-called partnerships overseas, but Diamonds Direct has special access that others simply don't have. Nobody can get closer to the source than Diamonds Direct. Indeed, Diamonds Direct is recognized in the industry as a world diamond powerhouse with unrivaled buying power and decades of inside connections that go back to their roots as actual diamond cutters. Bottom line, Diamonds Direct is without question the jeweler here that can truly offer the absolute best value. We're true talking direct importer prices on hand-selected diamonds that come straight from the source. Make no mistake, Diamonds Direct refuses to be undersold on GIA-certified diamonds. And we challenge you, let us prove it. Diamonds Direct, your source for the ultimate diamond value. Proud to call Alamo City home. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Hi, I'm Manny Jr. from Rock's Discount Vitamins. If you're looking to build muscle, strength, and boost athletic performance, check out our huge selection of anabolic pro-hormones. These powerful supplements provide your body with essential nutrients for muscle growth, faster recovery, fat loss, and even improved bone health and libido. Visit one of our 12 San Antonio locations or go online at rocksdiscountvitamins.com to learn more. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support. rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-575-9047.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-9047. That's 800-575-9047.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
If you're a bacon lover, boy, do I have good news for you. Hi, this is Mike Kilbasa, and we've just made our legendary dry-cured bacon available at H-E-B. This is bacon made the way it was made in the old days, with no water, no chemicals, just 4 simple ingredients and real hickory smoke. The result? A slow-crafted bacon with a bold flavor our fans know and love, now in a new package. Life is too short for watered-down bacon, so if you don't see Kielbasa dry-cured bacon at your H-E-B, ask the store manager or visit Kielbasa.com to find it at a store near you.
Attention football fans, the season's heating up, and that means it's time for jaw-dropping plays, spectacular touchdowns, and memories that'll last a lifetime. So if you're looking to grab the best seats for all the excitement, Vivid Seats is your go-to playmaker. With an incredible selection of tickets and a game-changing rewards program, Vivid Seats is your ticket to every thrilling moment. Don't miss out. Experience it live with Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Hey, James Pledger. The NBA is finally back. Play Pick 6 from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. It's super simple to get started. First, download DraftKings Pick 6 app. Then, select 2 or more players, like Wemby and CP3, and choose if they'll have more or less of a stat, like points, rebounds, three-pointers, and more. And for all first-time Pick 6 players, check this out. New customers play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use promo code KTFM. That's code KTFM for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18. Plus, age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus award as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 30 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
When there's work to do, ground to break, and a reputation to uphold, you need the powerful, durable Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $1,000. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
San Antonio Sports Stars $50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The $50K Pro Football giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Morning Huddle. I'll tell you what, it is so nice just to have normal music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a whole new world now.
Yeah, man.
It's like we used to do our show in an elevator. We had to do it to Muzak.
Thursday Night Football, pretty decent game. And the Washington Commanders were well in control till about the last 10 minutes, and then they commandered.
Well,
they Washingtoned.
Yeah. I didn't see it. I watched the first half. They played hard in the first half. I didn't think they were going to win.
I mean, they shut the Eagles down for 3 quarters.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to win, but I felt like Philly was just, they kept knocking on the door. I didn't think that it was going to last. And it turned out that it lasted longer than I thought it would because it went into the fourth. But then I turned back, it's 23 points. I assume they did it with Saquon.
Well, Saquon had 2 long, like 20-plus yard touchdown runs. That'll do it.
So, and with that in mind, what would Philly be without him? I mean, would it be as bad as I think it would have been?
I mean, you know what? They'd still probably be the class of the NFC East.
Yeah, well, that's not saying much. But when I saw that in the first half, and I thought, Dan Quinn's a hell of a coach, but he ain't this good.
You're right.
He ain't that good. And Jaden is good, but he ain't that good. He's a very athletic young guy who makes some mistakes, man. He does.
Jaden, you're starting to see, and this is not just a Jaden issue. This is a historic Kingsbury issue.
The running out of gas. We got all the tape we need now.
All the way back to college. Yeah. First half of the season versus second half of the season, and his offenses just fall off a cliff. Once there's no pun intended, but once there's tape on these offenses, they're just a lot easier to solve. And at the end of the day, you still have a rookie quarterback back there. Now, he's playing really well for a rookie, but I don't know if that's good enough for Washington for Washington to be what some people think they can be.
And they ain't. I think
I
last
don't
night
think they
every
are.
Commander fan goes, well, it's been a good year, but it's now time to focus on improvement in certain positions and finding our place into next year's draft because this is about as good as it's going to get.
Now, if the season ended today, the Commanders are still in a playoff position.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be in a playoff position. And the truth is that's probably the best thing for them. They're sitting at 7-4. San Francisco's 5-4. Obviously they'll have a chance to be 6-4 this weekend, but they've had their bye. There's a couple teams behind them, including the Rams at 4-5. The Seahawks are at 4-5 that are around, to me, the level of the Commanders.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks and the Commanders are headed in the same direction.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Yeah. So is it better at this point for the Commanders to be the 7 seed and have to go to Philly and do exactly what happened last night?
Okay, let's stop right there. So you know that you've got your quarterback in place.
Yep.
You got 2 running backs that are solid. 1 wide receiver that you know is an all-pro. McLaurin's a stud, but the other kid's not bad. I'm not saying take your foot off the gas. You act like this is the Houston Texans. I think you charge full face, and you might actually get a playoff win out of this. And if you do, you'll probably sacrifice, 10 spots in the draft?
Yeah.
I think it might be worth the experience.
I don't.
You think it's too soon?
I think it's too soon. And not just – and you know what? Their defense played pretty well last night. But I don't think this Washington defense is good.
Well, no, you're right. But I think CJ is better for the Texans this year for the playoff experience last year. I just think when you get to turn up the volume and throw a guy into the heat who's got some confidence and they see some success, that's better than stockpiling to me. Because I do think the Texans started faster and were better than expected, and they went with it. And not only did they go with it in the season, in the offseason, they went and got a wide receiver. They went and pressed the gas. Like, oh, my goodness, we're better, faster than we thought we were going to be.
Yet somehow they're worse than they were a year ago.
But we knew that because they're punching up in class. They were going to have a more difficult schedule. They knew it, too, and they went and got reinforcements.
And
now,
that's the question.
They've gotten hurt.
Do you want that?
Well,
do you want to be playing a first-place schedule next year, or do you want to kind of slowly build it?
Ideally, you want the slow build, but in the modern NFL, man, I got about 3 years, and I agree if I felt comfortable and all my skill positions were locked in for 4 years, that the maturation process, I'd follow that, and it'd be okay with a loss, even though we tried hard. I'm all about right now, we're ahead of schedule. Let's step on the gas. Let's see what could happen, because you never freaking know. And they're not going to win a playoff game. They got a puncher's chance, I guess, but I don't think I'd slow down on this. I wouldn't make any drastic, you're going to play when you probably should rest kind of moves.
Right.
But I think I'd go as hard as I could, just because you never know.
I think there's so many, like Michael Williams from Georgia, the Abdul Carter from Penn State, like difference-making defensive players that are going to be available in this draft. Even Scorton, the kid from A&M.
There's a couple Aggies that are going to go in the second round.
If you can add a guy like that, to me, that is more valuable than
experience of a playoff
showing
game.
up and getting your ass kicked in a playoff game by the Eagles.
I don't know their salary cap situation. I can't imagine it's too bad. It's not like they got a rookie quarterback, so that's the first and most important thing to deal with. I don't think they're in too much with McLaurin, and they probably got an offensive lineman they're overpaying. But for the most part, I think they might have a little bit of free agent money too.
Let's see. Commanders cap table. They are total cap allocations right now. They are 30th, which means they are 4th in available cap space.
Draft picks are important, but they got money to spend to augment. I'm all about, and I always apply things to basketball because that's what I know. And if the best example for me was the Denver Nuggets, because they got better faster than they expected, and they waited. They wanted to percolate and they wanted to grow, and they got a couple of injuries. Jamal got hurt, and it just kind of slowed their process down. And I felt like in hindsight, I think they would have pressed the gas a little bit more. They'd have gone a little bit harder, a little bit quicker, because they let other teams catch up to them as they tried to mature, and they just didn't strike when the iron was hot. That suddenly everybody got good too, and they were really the odds-on guys. But that's basketball. Football, I don't think transition is quite as quick as basketball, but I do think you don't have that long anymore.
No, you don't, and especially like you want to capitalize when you've got a guy on a quarterback on a rookie contract. But the other thing is, I don't think Jaden Daniels is as good as C.J. Stroud. And, so it makes more sense to me that the Texans were like, hey, we got to do this right now. Because C.J. Stroud is the kind of player that, I can see C.J. Stroud being a top 5 quarterback in the NFL if things break the right way.
See that with Danny?
No. I think Jaden Daniels can be like a top half of the league quarterback, which is nice. But
well, are we splitting hairs once we get to the top 10?
Yeah, I think there's how many guys do you think realistically right now can beat Patrick Mahomes in a playoff game is the question.
But Patrick's, I do know this, that Jaden Daniels is going to be playing when Mahomes is gone. I do know that.
I don't know that.
Oh, Mahomes he ain't going to be here for more than 4 or 5 years. I mean, it'll come a time. And where Kansas City is not what they were.
And you don't think a smallish run-first quarterback is going to last that long?
No, I do think that the league is changing, and then we're going to get a little bit more of a disposable quarterback because of the style that we're allowing to play now. Because Daniels is going to make money with his feet, too, and that's going to end up shortening his career. I mean, it just will. But right now, for the next 4 years, you got yourself an underpaid, highly skilled quarterback. Take advantage of it. Yeah. I mean, that's just what you got.
All right. When we come back, we will talk to head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy. I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. I had a dud last night. Caught myself a loser. Sometimes it happens, but you know what? I'll be right back at it tonight, baby. Right back at it. I blame Terry McLaurin for my my woes last night because he did nothing. One catch is all he could come up with. But I've been consistently winning at Underdog, and it makes the games more fun. It really does, especially these random MACtion games. And in the MAC, you never know what's going to happen. So if you're betting on games, good luck. But you can you could play on these player props, and it makes the game more interesting, man. And all you got to do is know a team's tendencies, and there's real value to be found. This season, Underdog's running specials, promos, bonuses every single day, like profit boosts, discounts, free picks. It's so simple to get into. Also, just download the app, sign up with the promo code Alamo. Deposit now, you get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Boom, just like that, immediate. That's promo code Alamo. Must be 18 or older, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is Friday, and this Friday's a little more special than all the rest.
There is a lot going on this football Friday. There is football high school playoffs in action, but also you have UTSA in North Texas.
You got the Spurs and the Lakers in the Frost Bank Center as well.
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
That too.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've cleared one of our trouble spots. That accident, 35 southbound Schertz Parkway, just cleared. Still has you slow from FM 482, so a slow residual delay. That road work is still set up at 35 southbound Olympia Parkway to 1604, and that's a 15-minute delay from FM 1518. It's got the roadway reduced to just one lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies, coming off their second bye of the season, take on New Mexico State. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers a great price and round-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundle today at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Get Black Friday savings all month long at Ancira Nissan on IH-10 West. Lease this 2025 Nissan Sentra SV for just $186 per month for 18 months. Lease this 2025 Kicks SV for just $258 per month for 18 months. Come in today or check us out at AnciraNissanSA.com. Ancira Nissan, I-10 West between Wurzbach and Heidner.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe fourth row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But here in Texas, we don't expect the ways water is breaking down our foundations and damaging our homes. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is shifting. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. Make sure your investment is protected. Get your free inspection at FoundationSupportSpecialists.com.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot. If you're working on getting ready for company,
a lot of company,
make sure you're ready with Black Friday savings. Get up to 40% off select appliances, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select kitchen appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with top brands like GE Profile and get sleek cutting-edge appliances to make sure you've
got hosting handled.
Yeah, you do. Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances this holiday at the Home Depot. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-5795.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-277-3355. That's 800-277-3355. 800-277-3355.
If you've been injured in an accident, you know there's no shortage of attorneys who want your business. But when it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years. We've successfully represented thousands of injured Texans, earning over 12,000 5-star reviews on Google. So who is the right attorney for you? Just look at the numbers. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code YEAR to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
You've got a Pepto predicament, moviegoer.
Hey, I can hear your stomach rumbling.
Sorry, I ate that entire tub of popcorn with extra butter.
You overdid it, and now your movie has turned into a blockbuster bellyache. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can focus on the action on the big screen instead of in your stomach. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed to keep out of reach of children.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Well, I do now.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I have to ask the sun. At some point, is that ever going to be addressed?
Talking about it
in the stadium, the 325 sundial effect. It just seems something that we can fix. Let's put some curtains up.
Okay, noted.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We are awaiting, patiently awaiting, Mike McCarthy, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, who will join us here shortly.
You think he was watching the game last night?
I don't know.
Philly Commanders?
Maybe he was. And normally I would say no, but because the schedule's a day off, maybe he spent some time watching that game.
It's kind of Thursday in his world.
Yeah, the Monday night schedule thing is unique. We'll ask him about that, though. And actually, how about we do it right now, friends? What timing? Joining us now on the Buyers Barricade guest line, courtesy of AA Best Bail Bonds, is the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Coach Mike McCarthy. Good morning, Coach. How are you, sir?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Did you get a chance to watch your division rivals facing off on Thursday Night Football last night, or do you not subscribe to Amazon Prime?
No, I actually did not get to watch it. Just had a late night here, but yeah, I'll definitely get a chance to catch up on it. We'll start We'll actually start working on Washington on Sunday.
But you do have Prime, right?
Yeah,
because we have a producer who doesn't even have Netflix, and I don't know how he's surviving life. But you have access to Amazon Prime if you wanted it, right?
Definitely. I have 5 children, so.
Yeah, okay, so you're a normal person, unlike Edwin.
Yeah, you'll be paying that Netflix bill for the next 30 years, by the way. That's never going away. I know it's Thursday in your world. What's a typical Thursday for you guys? Normally catch you on Friday morning, and you've got a whole other schedule. So what's your day like today?
Well, I'll tell you, I did the Monday night schedule different this week, just because, we got to, we're going 8 days, 6 days and 4 days. So we got the stretch of the 3 games in 10 days. So I wanted to keep all the heavy lifting earlier in the week as much as I could, and do the lighter practices at the end of the week. Not as much, what was best for the practice, practice segments going into Monday night, but really trying to, factor in the stress for what's coming after it. So we're actually on a normal Friday today to answer the question.
So normally when you've got a run like this where you guys are playing 10 or 3 games in 10 days, you look at that as a big time negative. You have to change your routine or something like that. But with you guys, with the struggles that you guys are having, maybe a routine change isn't the worst possible thing. Can you look at this as in a positive light and say, you know what, this gives us a chance to maybe try some new things, try a new schedule, see if we can find some long-term changes here?
I'm definitely for it. I'm all for it if you think it's going to work. But no, I think like anything. I know we've talked about this in the past. You look forward to getting on a 7-day routine earlier in the year, but it's just it's part of playing for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, this is these are the schedules you're always going to have. So I mean, really, my focus has always been how can I do it better. And frankly, the healthier football team plays into this a lot too. So you don't just have one schedule for an 8-day week or a 7-day week or a 6-day week or a 4-day week. You have adjustments within those plans because the health of the team and how you want to practice too is affected by that. So
did your alteration of the schedule, the way you've done it in the past, did that reflect that massive injury report that you're dealing with? Did you alter that because you saw that coming, or was this just the plan ahead of time?
Well, this was the plan ahead of time, and frankly, I think it definitely ties into the injuries. So I think the fact that we can get our heavy lifted done, like really, yesterday's Thursday padded practice, that'll probably be the final, what I term as a full padded practice where you're able to go max reps without any interference. So we actually pushed through it yesterday, and I thought the guys did a good job of that. because there's young player development that's built into these padded practices. It's not just getting ready for the game. When you only have so many padded practices a year, you have to, in my opinion, it's the way I've always done it, is you have to have segments in there to continue to develop your young players, especially your young offensive linemen. So, because you got to start cutting back after Thanksgiving.
The truth with all that. Now you talk about developing your young offensive linemen. You've got a different quarterback room now. How do you address the different quarterbacks, the different packages, and all of that in this short week?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, this is the long week, but I think the bigger challenge will be the next 2 weeks. But yeah, and that's where extra walkthroughs. We have young guy meetings. Our team meetings at 8:00, but our young players are here at 7. So the quarterbacks actually.
But you don't work that hard, Coach.
Say again?
You don't work that hard, I've been told.
Oh, really?
No, that's what I've been hearing. I don't know.
That's internet sound bites.
That's just trash.
Oh my God! I just tell my family that.
Yeah. Coach, when you do have the offensive line, the young offensive line that you guys have, and we saw last week Cooper was under a good bit of pressure, even though he did only get sacked once. Do you start to think about, like, man, if we can't protect our quarterback a little more, we might have to go to this more mobile option in Trey Lance, knowing that you have a guy like that on the sideline?
Well, I think like anything. I mean, you're trying to have a balanced attack each and every week, and I think you make an interesting point. But how many times can you really run your quarterback too? So I think you got to be smart there, also. But yeah, the biggest thing for us is frankly we got to take care of the football. We got to make sure we're kicking after at the end of every series. And punting is okay. Play field position and things like that. That's the game we have to play. We have to go the long way, and we got to grind these things out. So we got to take care of the football because regardless if it's who the quarterback is, it's going to be a hard day.
Speaking of sacks, on the positive, I know it was probably hard to take many positives out of last week, but you guys did get after Jalen Hurts a little bit. 5 sacks. You cost him 46 yards with that. What'd you guys do differently rushing the passer, and is that something that can carry over going forward?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, getting into those down and distances. For us defensively, stopping the run, winning the first and second down, mainly winning first down, it definitely gives us more opportunities. But yeah, I thought our pressure packages were excellent, especially in the first half, because we had 5, but we still had 2 where we were right there. So we definitely want to build off of that.
It's crazy how that balance plays into the defense there. It was an impressive first half, and impressive. DeMarvion Overshown, tell us how his role has changed as the season's gone on due to the injuries and all that, because he's really, it appears at least to my eyes, really blossoming. You've got something there.
Oh, definitely, no, without a doubt. I mean, you could always see it. It just, the young man just needed to get past that, that knee injury, and he's doing something each and every week that you just love. So just trying to create more opportunities for him. He had some rushes, from the edge last week, and but yeah, I think he's just getting better and better each week.
You guys preparing to take on the Houston Texans on Monday Night Football, and I'm sure you've dug into the film from their last game, which was really a tale of two halves, maybe one of the most impressive halves of the season we've seen played against a team that's just been a juggernaut in the Lions. The Texans absolutely owned them early in that game and then completely melted in the second half. When you see a game film like that where they look fantastic and then they look dreadful in the same game, how do you weigh out those two halves, and do you just try and say, okay, here's what they were doing well early, how can we combat that? Here's what they were doing poorly, how can we take advantage of that? Or how do you read film like that?
Well, to me, that's under the category of the ebb and flow of the football game. There's momentum swings in every game. How you respond to them, especially being in tune which side of the swing you're on. And some are more drastic than others, and you just got to make sure you're overcoming it. But ebb and flow is really something that we teach and talk all the time. We try to institute it the best we can within our training regimens, how we practice, pace of operation, all those things. And I think it's just a great example of how competitive this league is. When you see those games and the energy and the swings and the momentum swings, and then one team fights back, and that's just what makes our game so great.
The greatness of the game is always about the next man up. We talked about your long list of injuries. Are we getting to the point where some of these guys, you've already lost your quarterback, you're looking at maybe shutting them down? What's the story with Deron Bland?
He's just he's still in the he's kind of stuck at this point that he's in right now. So he just got to trust the rehab process, and he just has not got through the return to play segment. So he had a good day yesterday. I'm curious to hear what the report is today. But yeah, right now he still hasn't made it to the practice film.
You guys have, it's been talked about a lot. You struggled to run the football this year, and at least last week the Texans struggled to run the football as well. Joe Mixon 1.8 yards per carry on 25 carries. So he's been pretty good all season. Was there anything that Detroit did that you guys can replicate to slow down that Texans attack and maybe keep time of possession close to even, which has been a struggle for you guys this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think like each and every week you look at the matchups and so forth, but it's definitely a focus for us because their ability to spread it out, throwing the ball, but also the action pass game comes off of their run game too. So we definitely we got to stay committed to stopping the run.
On your offensive side of the ball, Jonathan Mingo, tell us about him and what can we expect from him in the near and far future?
It's been great having him here. He's been working hard, so hopefully we can get him up this week. So we'll just continue to go through the process. But he's picked it up quickly. I'm impressed with his work ethic, and I'm glad he's here.
I guess, Coach, you found out this week that, and this may be news to you, that if you don't work for the Cowboys next year, you can literally have any job you want. You can be anywhere you want. Were you aware that you were at that level, that any job you want in the world could be yours?
I'm focused on beating the Houston Texans. I'm committed to this.
I think that's a good
Fair
outlook. That's head coach Mike McCarthy. Hey, Coach, good luck on Monday. I know this is a good chance for you guys to build some positive momentum in a tough season. But this is a game where you guys, you're facing another team that's not exactly firing on all cylinders right now as well. Maybe a good chance to get back in the win column. Coach, best of luck this Monday, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, thank you, man.
Good health.
Take care.
That's head coach Mike McCarthy, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds.
You think Sunday's going to be like a day around the TV?
I don't think so.
Smoke some ribs, sit out, have some potato salad, watch some football.
I feel like he doesn't have time for fun. Like he's just.
Yeah, I agree.
I respect that he's still working clearly, but it's like, ooh,
swimming upstream, baby.
I'm guessing it ain't a whole lot of fun. All right, we'll be back. We'll break down some of that conversation and take a look at what else is coming up this weekend in football. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've cleared one of our trouble spots. That accident, 35 southbound Schertz Parkway, just cleared. Still has you slow from FM 482, so a slow residual delay. That road work is still set up at 35 southbound Olympia Parkway to 1604, and that's a 15-minute delay from FM 1518. It's got the roadway reduced to just one lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. With Progressive Insurance, you can make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
If you're a bacon lover, boy, do I have good news for you. Hi, this is Mike Kilbasa, and we've just made our legendary dry-cured bacon available at H-E-B. This is bacon made the way it was made in the old days, with no water, no chemicals, just 4 simple ingredients and real hickory smoke. The result? A slow-crafted bacon with a bold flavor our fans know and love. Now in a new package. Life is too short for watered-down bacon, so if you don't see Kielbasa dry-cured bacon at your H-E-B, ask the store manager or visit Kielbasa.com to find it at a store near you.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Shop Dell Technologies Black Friday event for their lowest prices of the year. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Black Friday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first and buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. At Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale, get a king for the price of a queen and a free adjustable base with select Sealy beds, all with a low price guarantee. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
It's football season, and Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food, whatever you're craving. From 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings. Uber Eats eye-dropping deals all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BODY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BODY to 42424. That's BODY to 42424. Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs open the Emirates Cup play tonight as they welcome LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers into the Frost Bank Center. Tip at 6:30. In college football, UTSA welcomes North Texas into the Alamo Dome for a 7 o'clock kick. On Saturday, the third-ranked Texas Longhorns are in Fayetteville to play Arkansas, a game you can catch on ABC. Kickoff at 11. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 2 of the little Morning Huddle.
Now, this is actually on one of my playlists.
Yeah.
We talked about him yesterday.
I think I sang this song yesterday.
Unintelligible lyrics.
No, come on. Interstate Love Song. Waiting on a Sunday afternoon for what I've read between the lines.
I thought only Creed sang about something.
Your lies. I love them. I love Stone Temple Pilots. Leaving on a southern train. Only yesterday you lied. Promises of what I seem to be. Only watch the time go by.
He died, you know.
All these things you've said to me. Yeah, I know. R.I.P. R.I.P. What a guy. Heroin, bad news, guys. Don't do heroin. Don't do heroin.
See, kids.
It's bad for you. And especially, like, the way John Belushi and Chris Farley died, like, mixing heroin and cocaine. Like, if heroin by itself isn't fun for you, you should probably just do cocaine. And if cocaine isn't fun for you, you don't want to feel like that, you should try heroin instead. Mixing them is a proven recipe for disaster.
You see, kids, again, the knowledge that can be acquired in the drop-off line.
Yeah, I don't mix heroin and cocaine. That's my message to the children today. There we go. Ever. Even if somebody says, hey, it'll be really fun. And I know you kids in the drop-off line have never heard of a fella named River Phoenix, but at one point he was a big-time star. He was very handsome, and life was good for him. And then some guy told him, hey, we should try mixing heroin and cocaine, and now he's dead.
And you said Belushi. He's the one that did it,
yeah,
right?
Chris Farley, too.
Speedballs.
Bad news, guys. Don't do drugs. Hold on. Which camera? Give me a camera, Vic. Where am I at?
You're right here.
This one?
That one.
Don't.
Oh, hold on.
Come on, man. I'm
Why
trying
don't
to
you just do
to do a message here.
Do the 90s.
Hold on.
And
Shh.
just say no, kids.
Look at
Just
here.
say no.
Listen to me. Listen to my words. Don't do drugs. There you go. Now you know the rest of the story. Coach McCarthy, he seemed like he was in the mood for a little joking early on, but he didn't want to talk about Micah's comments. By the way, Micah last night was kind of like throwing shade at the New York Giants for letting Saquon Barkley walk. I don't know that anybody on the Cowboys is in position to throw shade at anybody else right now.
No, this is one you can.
Can you?
Yeah, because they actually had him in the net. I mean, they actually had him in the house. I mean, the Cowboys, they could have acted, they could have offered some money and he might have gotten it, but they never had him in the house. They never had him in the boat and let him jump out. I think that's the one team in the world the Cowboys can make fun of.
Is the Giants?
Is the Giants, because they at least had him. Now, the Cowboys had a shot at getting him, but the Giants had him and let him go.
Yeah, Micah Parsons said, I blame the Giants for what's happening. All jokes aside, the Giants made us believe Saquon wasn't him anymore. Mm-hmm. That really says a lot. Daniel Jones was paid over Saquon. He was worth more to their franchise. This really says a lot. It's like, dude, he's talking about other teams, other franchises right now.
But he's talking about his boy. I mean, they went to school together.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, those guys spent some time.
Were they there at the same time?
I'm sure they've crossed paths. I'm sure that they've known each other long before they were in the NFL.
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, they're certainly, they went to the same school, so I guess there's some sort of kindred anyway. But I don't know if they were there at the same time.
They showed them cutting up before the game the other day. They went over and said they talked to each other.
I'm sure they know each other. I just don't know if they played together.
I don't think they did.
But I don't think Micah, and this is going to be a problem for him constantly. The guys who like to talk and talk and talk, you have to be winning if you're going to keep talking. And, lucky for another great example of a former Cowboy who loved to talk, but also was lucky enough to not have much failure in his NFL career was T.O. T.O. generally didn't play on bad teams.
No.
So T.O. was allowed to constantly talk. When you're playing on a bad team, not only should you not be able to talk about other bad teams because you're on one, but also it makes the people who are hearing you talk go, why is he worried about this instead of not sucking? And that's where I'm at. I'm like, when you're winning, when you're 12-5, have your podcast. When you suck, it's like, dude, you spend every Monday doing a podcast.
What do you want him to do? I agree with you, but what should he do? What would be the appropriate thing with a guy? He's not giving up the podcast. He's not going to do that because now that's the brand. It's the Micah Parsons brand that is affiliated with the Dallas Cowboys at the present moment. And I get that. So knowing that he and others are going to continually have access and availability to talk, what would be the appropriate thing if you were the coach and you go, all right, guys, I know there's podcasts out there. These are the off limits things, and these are the on limits things. What would be, because I don't know where his happy medium is, because sometimes I'm pretty happy that he's talking because I do feel like I'm getting some insight into some things that I've never gotten before, and other times I know it's bluster. I know it's just him being him, and I don't know where to draw the line. What would be an appropriate line to be at?
I don't think a coach should be drawing the line, but I do think it would be okay with me if Saquon took a look in the mirror and said, you know what? I'm gonna put the podcast off until the postseason. Like after our season's over, I'm gonna bring it back up because there's a lot of guys have done this with Twitter before. Guys who are like, okay, I'm off social media during the season.
That's dark whatever with LeBron. Yeah, I get it. I'm with you. But
you can laugh at it, but it's like, yeah,
no, I get it.
These guys are taking their work seriously.
They are. But when they tell me they're doing it, I'm like, okay, if you had just gone dark and I hadn't heard from you for a couple of weeks. But I'm going, dark 30. This is my last tweet until I win a title.
But wouldn't you be okay with it? Like saying, hey, right now I've got to focus on football. I've got to lock in. So there's going to be no podcast until
But I get the fact that
playoffs.
this generation doesn't think like that. It doesn't matter win, lose, draw. I have a football player and I'm an entertainer and personality. And he's not going anywhere. So if I accept that he is going to go on a national podcast on a regular basis, I also have to accept the fact he's going to say some stupid crap. But can I go to him and say, let's not ever talk about this?
Yeah.
Would it be locker room never
I don't
talk
think so.
about? See,
I don't think
know.
they can.
I don't know what you do here. I really don't, because I'm not going to lie. I like the transparency I get sometimes, but with him, you have to separate it from the bluster, the hyperbole, the extra that he tends to bring. While I appreciate the entertainment value, it's not very newsworthy. There's just a bunch of fluff behind there, and it just kind of gets in the way of not only him on his team, but me and my job. You know what I mean?
It just seems like I don't know, like he's not reading the room.
Well, that goes without saying. And I don't expect a 22-year-old dude to a guy who has lived that kind of life, who has been insulated for all of his life, to have the same perspective on things that I do. It'd be crazy to expect that this guy's been the best at what he's done all of his life, and now no matter what he does, he still drives home in his Ferrari and goes to his $10 million house. And no matter what bad happens to him, it's still pretty good when he drives off the property. You know what I mean?
Therein lies the rub of the unfortunate thing about a guy like Micah being the best player on that defense, because it'd be nice if there was like an 8-year vet who could sit him down and be like, hey, man, this isn't the way to do it.
This is wrong.
But there isn't anyone there to do that.
It's him. Yeah. He's the vet. He's the one who's supposed to be doing that.
If that's your culture setter, that's a bad sign. And Dak should be the overall leader of the team, but it's hard to tell when you're struggling. It's hard to sit down and tell somebody else, hey man, this isn't the time for that. You got a lame duck coach. He's not going to be able to say anything to him. It's just, I don't know. It's not reading the room. It's a lack of self-awareness. It's a lack of really, because again, I don't know if doing the podcast is affecting play. It probably isn't, but it would just be a good look.
Well,
It'd be
AJ,
good
I'll
optics
tell you
to
this.
say I'm prioritizing football right now.
I will tell you this: unless you can say it absolutely isn't, then it is.
Yeah.
Unless you can go, there is.
I haven't checked this off the list.
Right. I see nothing that has affected Micah's play at all. In fact, he's better every week. No. So you start looking at the possibilities, and the podcast and all that goes along with it is one of them.
Yeah.
So that's part of the life that you choose, not only as a Dallas Cowboy, but for anybody that is ever going to work with Micah Parsons and that level of athlete. The guys that have the social media bug that are going to do that regardless, it comes into play, especially as the Cowboys start to shop him.
Which, by the way, he's not the only one who does this.
No.
And I'm not like trying to single him out, because right now, every time I see Aaron Rodgers' stupid face on McAfee every week, I'm like, dude.
Same thing.
How about you figure out football?
Same thing.
Like, it is the exact same thing. So Micah's not the only one.
There's 5 guys on every team that are doing this. I'm not mad at Micah for doing it. This is the modern trend, but I don't know where the line is. I don't think anybody does, other than win, and you can say what you want.
That's and when you do win, you have 2 podcasts. I don't care if it. And that's what I said about T.O. T.O. was talking all the time, but T.O. rarely played on a losing team, if ever.
Yeah, he earned it. I'll give you.
You know
that.
what I mean? Like, and Micah is experiencing for the first time what it's like to be on a losing team. And you don't get all the spoils of being on a winning team when you're on a losing team. You just don't. You have to sacrifice some things to make it look like you give a damn.
And that, you know what? You put it right there. And that's the kind of advice that a peer gives them. Like, look, dude, you just got to put your head down, whether you mean it or not. Whether you're doing anything more, you're already doing the most you can.
It's more about optics than anything.
Right now, it's all about perception. And if they feel like you deserve the shot, they're going to give you a second chance. But if you act like you're better than this, and you're not contrite, and you're above the problem, and you're not the problem, dude, they're going to pile on you.
It's very much like the Stephon Diggs thing. If the Cowboys were sitting right now at 8-2, and Stephon Diggs went in after the game and immediately got on Twitter to see what was going on, okay.
Go ahead.
But when you're constantly out there getting your ass kicked, and you're the first thing you do is check your Twitter and get mad at somebody, it's like, dude, you're prioritizing the wrong things.
And I'll tell you, though, those kind of things, that's prioritized months ago. The checking the Twitter after a loss didn't just happen in a vacuum. That's the kind of atmosphere that was fostered a long time ago that should have been around with guys in the leadership roles like Micah. Like, we just don't do that. And the fact that you did it now tells me you've been doing it a lot. We just need to stop all those things.
Think about it this way. And I know you say it happens everywhere, but do you think Dan Campbell's guys are doing that?
No, absolutely not.
Do you think Sean Payton's guys are doing that?
That goes back to the atmosphere you set a long time ago. You have to decide, this is who we are, and we're going to be this in May, we're going to be this in July, and we're going to be this in November. Win, lose, or draw, this is who we are.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys have decided we are a blusterous, open book, that we are going to shake the tree whenever possible. We're going to blow smoke whenever we need to, and we'll tell you there's fire, or we're going to say there's no fire when there's smoke. We're going to do everything to keep you interested.
Yeah, I think that whoever the next coach of the Cowboys is, the more I've thought about it, and I say Ben Johnson would be a great head coach.
No.
A young guy cannot take this job.
No one is going to change this environment. No one.
Bill Belichick couldn't change this environment?
Belichick couldn't. No one will change the environment. You have to come accepting the fact that the environment's going to change you. You're going to show up thinking, I'm going to change this. And for 30 years,
then you know what?
You will not change the Cowboys, because they will never be yours. They're always Jerry.
Then you're not going to get a high level head coach.
No, you're not. That's the point of this.
All right, we'll be back. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Tri-County Meat Market's waiting on you this weekend. Yeah, we know Thanksgiving's just around the corner, and they're probably running out of those turkeys. I have not talked to them this week to find out. All I know is I've reserved my turkey, my Berber Farms turkey, coming out of Colorado, as I do every year. They're 8 to 24 pounds. They will feed you and many others, depending on the size that you want, but you've got to reserve them because, see, they don't even come frozen. These turkeys are still running around today. They're getting their last couple meals, getting ready for yours here in a couple weeks. They're going to be down here soon. You want to make sure you call either one of the locations to reserve them. But now the task at hand this weekend, Longhorn fans, you might want to put some pig on the grill. You might want to go over and pick out some big old ribs and get ready for some suey ribs. Or maybe you Aggies Lobos, let's get a big steak. It's a big weekend. All you UTSA types, before you head up to the tailgate this evening, head over to either Heaton or out on Ralph Fair. Grab you some big old dogs and some of the brisket burger and make some fine tailgate cuisine. That's what Tri-County's there for you, to get the best meat at the best time for the best events. That's why I love heading over to Tri-County. And then you got all the specials that are always in play, like the 5 for $30. Best deal in town. 5 items, including your meats and all the produce to go along with it. There's 2 meals in that for $30. Cannot beat it. And then there's the regular deals every week on all the different cuts of meat. You're not going to know till you go. And while you're there, pick up a rub and pick up all the pellets you need. That's Tri-County Meat Market out on Ralph Fair, over on Hebner. A great meal starts with great meat over at Tri-County Meat Market. Head over there today, put some good meat on the grill, and come by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies, coming off their second bye of the season, take on New Mexico State. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
We used to fight chickens in Oklahoma until they got busted up by the cops.
Grown people fighting chickens?
Yeah.
You don't fight the chickens yourself. You let the chickens fight each other.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to say, that. It's kind of off balance a little bit.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
This Friday night in the Alamo Dome, your UTSA Roadrunners take on rival North Texas. It's the UTSA Salute to Armed Forces and Veterans presented by USAA. Get your tickets now, and you can donate to the Tickets for Troops program to help deserving service members and veterans attend the game. It's UTSA versus North Texas this Friday night at 7 in the Alamo Dome. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your seats now. UTSA football. It's more than a game. It's an experience.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
This holiday season, Straight Talk Wireless is letting you say yes a lot more with real unlimited data. Yes to sharing pics of the ugliest holiday sweaters. Yes to checking weather on the go for surprise sledding trips. And with a free phone at sign up, let the yes-tivities begin.
No way!
Yes way. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 1/5/25 while supplies last at participating stores. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation on select single-line plans. Limit of 2 phones per customer. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance, so they let your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks. The unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime.
Let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there.
Is this a hint?
This is Creed.
This is a hint. This is a...
Can you take me higher? Be-do-do-do-do. Where blind men see.
Can deaf men...
Now remember,
deaf men
hold
do?
on, listen.
They don't have to hear this?
Shh. To a place with golden streets. Not golden streams. Not golden streams. Little known fact.
Yeah.
Or at least it was not known to me that it's golden streets, not golden streams. He is indeed not singing about urine.
Yeah. That was funny.
But if you would like to go see Creed tonight, this is it, man. This is the last pair of tickets I'm giving away.
Yep.
But if you want to go see Creed tonight, I'd love to send you and a friend, or even you and a person that you are potentially trying to woo for sex, or someone that you owe a favor to. Like, can you help me move? Dude, what? What if I take you to the Creed show? That'd be cool. Or if it's your mom's birthday coming up this week, and you're like, what would my mom really love? She'd love to see Creed. If you have a mom like that, this could be for you.
Could be.
Either way, the show is tonight. The Creed. Are you ready? Are you ready? That's the Korn, not Creed. But that's tonight at the Moody Center in Austin. And you can get your tickets if you don't win them at livenation.com. Tickets are still available to go see Creed. If you want to be taken higher tonight, be caller number 3 right now. 1, 2, 3. That's all you got to do. Just be caller number 3. Vic's going to give you tickets to go see Creed tonight. And you will be, I should have done caller number 1 since that's a Creed song. 1.
Oh, yeah. Well,
but
I've noticed we've been stuck on a particular genre. We played a lot of Creed.
Well, I mean,
we're giving that away, but we've been.
They're making a comeback.
We had some Wyland just a minute ago. We had some Stone Temple, all about the same time period.
I don't think Stone
Creed's
Temple Pilots belong in the same box as Creed.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of other music out there.
There are, yeah.
I want to hear some sort of melodic tune.
Rob wants to hear Shabuzi.
I want to hear some growler music.
You want Shabuzi?
Who doesn't want Shabuzi when it really comes down to it?
Rob wants some Slipknot.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
he's
looking
for.
Guar? Yeah, Rob's looking to rock out with his
I did
schmuck out.
Guar, I did a radio show the morning after Guar performed on the same stage.
Oh.
There were a variety of pools of things that I didn't know. I'd never seen Guar. I didn't know what that was until the day after. Then I was kind of intrigued.
Well, I I was at Ozfest once. I was telling Vic this story. I was at Ozfest where Papa Roach played. And
isn't he dead?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, he's not dead.
But the singer from Papa Roach in the middle of his set stuck his fingers down his throat and made himself vomit everywhere. And now he has
Why?
Because that's rock and roll through and through, baby.
Yep.
That's how he was rocking.
That's how he rolled.
And now he's doing
I like the mezzanine.
He's doing a duet with Carrie Underwood that's on the radio. And I'm like, how times have changed.
Well, I got Snoop Dogg selling me phones.
Right? It's crazy. Remember when Snoop was on trial for murder? And now he's like,
now he's selling me phones with Pat Mahomes?
You want to buy this fire pit. It's like, what? If you got evidence from the murder, you can burn it in this fire pit.
Shaq, tell him about it.
It's the capital S Snoop Dizzle.
If it's either Shaq or Snoop selling me everything I need in life.
I can rap and I can beat the rap,
Printer
player.
ink to cell phones to vacations.
What is it? That
fire pits.
Aspercream? What is that?
Oh, yeah. We got insurance.
Icy hot.
We got icy hot. We also got a variety of lotions. Just between those two, I'm taking care of pizza.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Shakaroni.
Oh, yeah.
I got everything I need.
Wait till they make the Snoop-aroni.
That comes with a special spice.
My special sauce.
Yeah, we made it with the good butter.
It's got the good garlic dipping butter. Yeah. Now, Rob is wearing jeans. First time I've ever seen Rob wear long pants, as the kids call them, as Bobby Hill calls them, long pants.
I got my long pants on. I got my tight pants on.
But Rob is doing something that I will never be able to do.
I'm in the Canadian tuxedo.
He is denim on denim.
I've gone Canadian tuxedo.
I can't do that.
Can you
I
imagine?
didn't have shorts on initially this morning. I walked outside and realized I better put some pants on.
You changed your mind,
It was
huh?
cold this morning.
Yeah, I've never even attempted to do denim on denim. I've never owned a denim shirt. I've never owned like a denim jacket for that matter.
I have had a denim shirt in my wardrobe my entire life.
Wow.
I always have one.
Did you have a Guess jacket in the 90s?
I had Guess overalls.
I had
yeah.
I
had Gerbaud overalls.
Yeah, I had those too. And I
one strap.
Yeah, you guys are lucky that you didn't live through that era where it was like one strap was cool. I did, unfortunately.
Or backwards, like crisscross.
I never did that. That was a popular thing when I was a kid, but I never got into that.
Until you had to take a leak.
Yeah, I wasn't cool enough for that.
See, kids, there was a band called Crisscross. They wore their pants backwards, and we thought it was cool.
Yeah, but it turned out it was wiggity, 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 whack.
Crisscross will make you. Crisscross will make you.
Oh, boy. What a program.
You ready to go to Arkansas this weekend? Y'all ready for this?
I feel like Texas should feel good, but
I think so.
I mean, I think it's one of those games that could be looked at as a trap game, certainly.
Nah, you had your trap game.
Yeah, maybe
so.
so.
Arkansas is going to bring it, but I think this is one of those. The secondary part of this is the rebirth of the Texas-Arkansas matchup. It's been since the early 90s. They've played each other 60 consecutive years.
When I was a
kid,
kid,
mattered as a kid.
It was a violent, brutal rivalry.
This is a hardcore thing.
There was no, there wasn't a separator between Texas A&M, Oklahoma, and Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the three rivals. I don't know what order they were in, honestly. I mean, maybe I was too young to really get it, but if you ask my dad when I was a kid, Arkansas was like, it was hated.
Well, the Darrell Royal, Frank Broyles matchups in the 60s and 70s, absolutely. It mattered, and it's reborn, and it really isn't getting the attention, obviously, that A&M and Texas is getting. But the fact is, this is a blood and guts kind of rivalry that's reborn, that has made this whole realignment. These are the special things that have happened, that there is a renewal of things that had gotten forgotten. And while I think Texas rolls in there and does a good job, this is going to be another one of those rivalries that Texas fan might have forgotten about over these last 30 years, but the Arkansas fan has not.
Arkansas hates Texas.
Yes, very much so.
This is weird for me because I think back to that Arkansas game, and not only did Arkansas give A&M hell, which they did.
Yeah, they let you hard. That big quarterback can play.
And then the next week they went out and beat Tennessee, and it's like, what the? But then they played LSU after that and looked non-competitive. Just when you thought maybe Arkansas is on to something here. Non-competitive against LSU. not really non-competitive against Ole Miss.
No, you're right.
I mean, got humiliated. And, again, Lane Kiffin, not really a pull off the gas type guy, but 515 yards for Jackson Dart. You're not even trying, dude.
Which tells me the offense should move the ball. I wonder about Texas and the 11 o'clock kickoffs because they're turning into a 3 o'clock powerhouse. You know what I mean? They're a team that plays 3 o'clock games, and when you kind of alter your clock and you go into a new field, that might get you kind of behind the 8 ball to start the game. The good news is Arkansas can't score, even if they jumped ahead of you. I mean, they'd be up 10-0, and I don't think you'd be worried. But
yeah,
this shouldn't be as bad, and I don't expect it to be. I'm not going to go out that Arkansas can beat them. I don't believe that, but I am happy as a college football fan that this is also back.
The other thing, though, is I don't really know how good Texas is in reality. Like, they beat up a Florida team that was on a third quarterback last week. Wow. In hindsight, the Michigan and Oklahoma wins just aren't that big of a deal. Remember UTSA? When they beat UTSA at the beginning of the season, when they stomped UTSA, we thought, wow, and we thought UTSA was really good coming into this, or at least solid coming into this season.
And, I would love to.
Their best win is Vanderbilt.
I agree.
And they beat them by 3 points.
But, I could go on, and I don't hate the fact that I'm defending the Texas schedule. But the fact is, when you go in a vacuum and look at them individual, Vanderbilt was playing a game that had been ordained by God. I mean, they beat Vanderbilt and God because Favia was living at that point in another realm. I mean, he was lifting team. That was a special performance. When you played Michigan still believed that Michigan was playing at home and the defense was finding itself, and they believed. So, I while there hasn't been the massive top 20 win, I still think Texas is exactly as good as we think they are.
For me, the one real team that they've played is Georgia, and they looked crummy.
Well, they looked like a team that had not been in that situation before. I think if they're to play again, Georgia's not what they were. Like I keep saying, I'd love to denigrate Texas, but I think they've done exactly what is required to be where they are. And it's not easy to be great every week, but even on their bad days, they're still good enough.
Yeah, I tend to think that Texas should – Arkansas is just so diminished at this point.
Yeah.
They're so banged up defensively. They're not very good on offense. Texas should get the job done this week, but it's hard for me to feel confident that they're going to do something. We'll look at some of the other games going on in Texas on the other side, including the game tonight for the Birds here in the Alamo Dome. A real big opportunity for them.
Chasing a bowl.
I mean, I don't want to say this is a must-win game.
It's a must-win if they want to play sometime
because
in January.
The last week of the season, they are at Army, who might be playing for a lot. And the way they've played on the road, I don't know that they can feel comfortable about that. They have what I would call a free square in Temple coming up, but to get to 6, you need this one tonight. And I'm curious what your thoughts on how they play tonight. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what should be a bloodletting for the Aggies, but you never know. And then the Baylor Bears, Texas Tech, TCU, all these teams in action. We'll talk about them as well. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm going to tell you about my good friends over at SA Card House. These guys do us right, man. It's a great place to play some cards. I've been over there probably more than I should be, more than my wife would be happy for me to be there. But you know what? It's 281 in Bitters. It's a prime location, and it is a premium poker experience. They have tournaments every day, sometimes twice a day. Earlier this week, I played in a tournament. I said, hey, if you come knock me out of this tournament, you'll get your entry fee back. And somebody came, knocked me out of that tournament, got their $65 back. And that guy actually ended up going on to chop near the end of the thing, got a big chunk of the prize money. I finished in 10th place. Not my best, but, what are you going to do? You can't win every time. And if you don't like tournament play, they've got cash games going 24/7. It's always action over there. Great food, great service, a friendly staff. And a great way to spend some time. I'll be out there again soon. I'll be out there next week. I'll do another tournament where I'll have a chance for one of you guys listening to come knock me out of that thing. Stop by. Make sure you're signed up for the membership. Check them out, sacardhouse.com. You can find all the tournament info there or at SA_Carhouse on the socials. I will see you on the tables.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a new trouble spot, I-10 eastbound, that connector from 1604. We've got an accident. That connector ramp is blocked, so a little bit of stop and go from La Cantera Parkway. Getting reports that it is an overturned vehicle. I-10 on the frontage road, westbound Medical. That wreck is still taking up a left lane. Main lanes are getting by this wreck on the frontage road. And 35 southbound Olympia Parkway to 1604. Some ongoing road work. Roadway reduced to one lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
I'm on the outside.
Listen all this week to AG and Rob to win tickets to see Aaron Lewis and the State Liners in their American As It Gets tour. Coming to the Majestic Theater February 6th from 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers a great price and round-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundle today at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
The 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard is hiring both full and part-time positions with over 180 different career choices, including cyber, healthcare, communications, avionics, electronics, and more. The Texas Air National Guard offers a variety of ways you can serve. Earn education benefits that would cover tuition towards a bachelor's degree. To learn more, Google the 149th Fighter Wing. That's the 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Purchase 5 quarts of any Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil and get a $10 gift card after rebate. Find the synthetic oil that's right for your vehicle and budget. Shop your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Let us explain. If you buy a diamond at Diamonds Direct today and decide in the future you want to upgrade to a larger diamond, Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. For example, let's say you bought her a $5,000 diamond last year, but now she wants to upgrade to a $6,000 diamond. Diamonds Direct will give you $5,500 toward the new one. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Whether that first diamond was $3,000 or $30,000, you get 10% more. Who else does this? And unlike other stores who claim to offer diamond upgrades, at Diamonds Direct, there's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Come and discover real value and buy with confidence. Proud to call Alamo City home. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is Friday, and this Friday's a little more special than all the rest.
There is a lot going on this football Friday. There is football high school playoffs in action, but also you have UTSA in North Texas.
You got the Spurs and the Lakers in the Frost Bank Center as well.
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
That too.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Got some Friday night lights down at the Alamo Dome tonight. The total in this game, 72.5.
Not a lot of respect for
This
defense
is
in
going
one.
to be a fight. I'll say this. North Texas has been a literal ATM for overbetters this year. I mean, it has just been nonstop until last week when they played Army.
Wow.
But here's the Army won the time of possession 42 minutes to 18 minutes. North Texas had 6 total possessions in the game. And 2 of them ended on interceptions in the end zone. North Texas, they're going to score more. Worry not. Scoring's coming up.
But North Texas as a favorite on the road? I don't like that at all. I got a -2.
Yeah, that's what you're looking at. But I guess it boils down to how much do you believe in the home field advantage for UTSA? Because, listen, UTSA has lost to a lot worse teams this year than North Texas. North Texas is a very competent team. They are going to score, but North Texas, honestly, they should have beat Army last week.
Well, they were at the goal line a couple times. It's not like they weren't there.
They blew it. And you could argue that the Stripes were against them. They played Army, they played the Zebras, and they played against America. That's a tough combo to beat. But North Texas, they are going to score. I think UTSA is going to score. North Texas has a pathetic defense. That's been the other side of their overhype machine, is that I said they put out 11 scarecrows on defense. That's what they generally do, is that they just don't stop anyone. They are not going to run the ball. They're going to chuck it around. North Tech, we asked Coach Traylor, hey, when you see how Army was able to keep North Texas off the field, do you do that? And he said, well, we've tried. We just can't run the ball. We're not good at it. So they're going to throw it around too. When we're throwing and both sides are throwing and throwing, that means the clock is stopping and you're getting big chunk plays. That's a recipe for an over. I don't know who wins this. I love the way McCown's playing. I think that they've got a good chance, but the secondary for UTSA has been so bad. It has been so bad.
They're going to have to stop the run,
and it's a bad
get to the quarterback because they're going to throw the ball. You're going to have to put them in 3rd and longs consistently. There's a reason why North Texas is favored, because the chunk plays.
That's it.
They're going to go after you. They're never going to stop throwing it. And while the defensive line for UTSA isn't awful, the DBs have got some work to do. A lot of points to be scored, but this is one of those where if you lose tonight, you're not going to get the extra practice. You're not going to get a bowl. You got to get it tonight to get where you want to go next year.
God bless Birds Up. Hope they get it done, but I hope whatever happens that there are 73 points scored in the game.
I think we're safe. Both of them are outside the top 90 in defensive efficiency. UNT is below 100. Lots of points tonight.
Yeah, and where UTSA is good on defense, stopping the run, doesn't matter. North Texas ain't running.
They run 40% of the time, and when they do it, it's to set up the deep one.
That's it. That is it. So I think we're going to see a lot of big chunk plays. We'll look at the rest of the Friday night games when we do the daily lines a little bit later, including a matchup with Boise State in action tonight. I got to ask you about your guys, the Fighting Aggies. Now, I said sleepy spot for Texas maybe. I think A&M could literally be sleeping during the game and win this thing. But what are you expecting to see? Are you expecting them to figure out something at quarterback?
Yeah, it's Marcel's team.
Okay.
That's not going away. This will be 4 quarters of how far in the playbook can we go. That's what they've had 2 weeks to practice and get a lot of things in order. This is a firm, solid practice against a team that really is coming in to get a paycheck and go home without getting too embarrassed. A&M traditionally doesn't play these teams very well. They traditionally take the time off and they normally win, but it's more about preparation for the games coming. Used to it was LSU at Thanksgiving, now it's Texas. So I have a feeling you'll see a fair amount of disguised Texas plans, both offensively and defensively, and more about getting Marcel as comfortable as possible in the passing game, because they know, as everybody else does, they're going to have to be able to throw the ball to keep up offensively with Texas. That's what they're going to have to score points in droves. And to do that, they're going to have to throw the ball. And right now, that's the weak part of the game. So I expect to see a hearty attempt at the passing game, making sure guys are in their lanes and doing that. And that also involves the offensive line that is night and day better as a run blocking team. As a run blocking team, they're the best offensive line in the SEC. As a pass blocking team, they're in the bottom half. I mean, the numbers are just ridiculous when you look at the shift from one style to the other. And they're going to have to protect or at least hold the line to give Marcel a little bit of time, because they can't continually get him on the pocket, because that's when he makes mistakes.
I think that you're right in the way they're approaching this game, which makes me not want to – there's a lot of books have it minus 40.
That's way too much.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I think what they learned against South Carolina was that Marcel Reed's he is not ready to be a passer against SEC defenses. And I think this is a good opportunity to let him try some things out. And if he makes a mistake, okay, you can't afford to turn the ball over against Texas. You can't afford to turn the ball over trying new things against New Mexico State.
And I think a lot of it's going to be disguised Texas plans, the things that they're going to try to do to stretch that defense, to kind of open some of the middle of the field up so they can move the ball on the ground. We're going to see a lot of that.
Because going out there and running around Marcel Reed this weekend does you no good.
No, and defensively, they kind of dropped the ball against South Carolina. That was a team that we thought could tackle and wrap up. I mean, they got manhandled. They got bullied a little bit. I think they read their press and ate the rat poison, as Saban used to say. And I think that defense needs to come out and hit somebody and feel good about themselves again, because the offense, while it was lackluster against South Carolina, they lost the game because the defense could not wrap up and stop a giant quarterback. That's why they lost. We can blame Marcel and we can blame an inept pass offense, but the fact is the defense did not pull their weight.
Here's why I'm not rushing to bet on the plus 40 on New Mexico State.
That's crazy.
Because now that A&M has, and I don't know if this applies as much to A&M as it does to some other teams, because if A&M wins out, they're in. But all these teams that are in the bottom half of the playoff rankings, it's a beauty pageant right now.
It is for a lot. You're right. And this is not for either Texas or Texas A&M. Just win. Just win out. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. And A&M, yeah, you're right. If they beat Texas and they finish 10-2, they're going to be in. But a lot of these teams, I think that's a good way to handicap this weekend, is to look at the teams who not only need to win games, but need to win with style and are playing for seeding. I think Virginia playing against Notre Dame falls into that. Notre Dame is a team that I think they want to run up a score. They did it last week against Florida State. They had
they have to.
They didn't need to win 52-3 against Florida State.
No, but they don't have a conference to rely on, so they got to put some numbers up.
And I think the best example of why you should look at them like that is 2 weeks ago, Notre Dame and Navy is like the most respectful rivalry ever. The reason why Notre Dame agreed to they will always play Navy, because during World War II, Navy gave Notre Dame money to keep funded. Like Notre Dame football would have gone under, and Navy supported them to keep them afloat. And now that Notre Dame has become the football power, they said we will always play Navy on our schedule. And there's a big mutual respect between those teams. They beat Navy 51-14 because they have to. Normally,
and it was on the road. It was there too.
I normally say Notre Dame doesn't want to run it up on Navy. They had to. Because they're in a beauty pageant. And Virginia,
you're about to eat one.
You're in the way, baby.
You're about to eat one this week.
Some other schools that I think you can look at like that, SMU. SMU is in a beauty pageant. And I got news, Boston College. You're trying to – Bill O'Brien changing quarterbacks right now. Oh, good luck.
I will say that Obes, if nothing else, offensively look out. he might come up with something just screwy enough to throw SMU off.
Thomas Castellanos has been pretty good for BC, and he's a real reason why they won a bunch of games early.
And he got pulled? Or
now they've lost. No, they pulled him. They said, yeah, and the last 3 games, I think he's like 6 touchdowns to 2 picks in 3 games, which isn't terrible considering, they're 0-3, but they're like, we need to change something. We need a spark. I don't think now's the time to do it. I think SMU is going to put up a big, nasty number on them. Who else is in that beauty pageant mode? I guess Georgia and Tennessee, it doesn't really matter whoever wins.
SEC, the flowers are sorting themselves.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about score.
I'll give you one more. Washington State.
Yeah, they're going to have to – they got to do – not only do they have to win big, they got to get themselves on TV. We got to see some highlights of them before I give them a vote.
They need more to happen, but they're playing against a New Mexico team that is just dreadful on defense. Mm-hmm. And we saw them put up 49 points last week against Utah State. They might put up 80 against New Mexico because they want to stay in that conversation. If you're outside looking in right now, you have got to play pretty. Because it's going to be a fight for those last couple spots. And Washington State's hopeful that if Boise slips up, which when we talk about the games tonight, I think there's a chance Boise could slip up.
Ashton Genty, baby.
Uh-huh.
Just keep him healthy. That's all I ask.
But we'll talk about that as the show goes on. Let's talk about Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, John Jones, Stipe Miocic on the other side. Some violence going on this weekend. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is home cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like North America's #1 home fire safety brand, Kidda. Because on a day full of football sounds you love, like fight songs, roaring crowds, and your favorite commentators...
like me, Kirk Herbstreit.
The last sound you want to hear is... Defend your game time with Kidda and the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Based on total household installations as of December 2023.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. With Progressive Insurance, you can make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
This is a saying I like a lot. Joy shared is joy doubled. Grief shared is grief halved. It reminds us that there is a lot of wisdom and well-being that comes from living in relationship with other people. When something good happens in your life and it brings a lot of joy into your heart, the experience of it isn't really complete until you share it. Think about a good book you've read and you can't wait to tell someone about it. The joy gets doubled when your friend experiences that same joy. And what about grief? When grief and sorrow are shared with a companion in suffering, it helps to lighten that load. There's nothing worse than facing a significant loss and there's no one to help lighten that load. From time to time, people ask how to be a better friend. Here are 2 really important ways to improve as a friend. Here's my advice. Share the joy and share the grief. The good stuff doubles and the bad stuff lessens. This is Mark Absher with the MacArthur Park Church of Christ. Visit our church online at macarthurchurch.org. The MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
Thanksgiving season is the best.
That's right, Mr. Turkey. Everyone loves this time of year, just like Connecticut water softener customers love their Connecticut. Definitely, a Connecticut water softener is the best in the business. Yes, it does keep your feathers soft. Yes, your waddle smooth. And your wings, nah, those things are pretty useless. A Connecticut is a much different water softener compared to the other brands. There's no computer, nothing to plug in, and it runs on kinetic energy. You said it.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months and $400 when you trade in your old water softener.
Mr. Turkey, you're pretty calm considering, you know. Well, on Thanksgiving, we eat turkey.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Connecticut SA.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We just cleared a trouble spot on I-10 eastbound, that off-ramp to get onto 1604, the connector ramp. The wreck is clear, so traffic now starting to move. On 90 eastbound as you approach Loop 410, that wreck is still there. It's in the left lane. That's a 20-minute delay. Stop and go from Montgomery. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs open the Emirates Cup play tonight as they welcome LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers into the Frost Bank Center, tip at 6:30. In college football, UTSA welcomes North Texas into the Alamo Dome for a 7 o'clock kick. On Saturday, the third-ranked Texas Longhorns are in Fayetteville to play Arkansas, a game you can catch on ABC, kickoff at 11. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
B. Hannon asks, Vic, I think he's on to something here. Are we going to be able to get Rebecca Black Friday now that we can play real music? I think we should move it into the rotation.
I think it's due. Now that we can do things like that.
Oh, you feel this? And are you getting the stereo effect?
I got the stereo.
This is fancy toadies.
The toadies. This is such an era of music.
This is when I lived in Austin, the toadies were coming up, and it was like, oh, the toadies are the most Austin-y band of Austin.
They kind of were.
Oh, God.
Them and the National White Denim.
And Spoon.
Spoon.
If you didn't listen to Spoon, are you even from here, bro? Are you even from here? I actually like Spoon, but it's like
I smell.
There was a lot of
clove cigarettes when I think of Spoon.
There was a lot of Spoon being pushed onto you.
You smell clove cigarettes?
Oh, those are awful.
Oh.
You could get them at Planet Cake.
You can get a lot of stuff at Planet K these days. A lot of stuff. Yeah, maybe we'll start playing some Rebecca Black on Fridays. It does put me in a good mood on a Friday. Makes me brings me joy.
Yes,
is what it does. You know what might bring you guys joy? Getting some free stuff. How about tickets to go see Aaron Lewis and the State Liners?
Do we have proof that this tour is in fact as American as it gets? Have they proven that to us, or are they just telling us?
Well, the tour hasn't started, so for now we have to take their word for it.
So we're the opening night of a tour?
No, but the tour is so this show's in February. So they just haven't started the tour yet.
Oh, but by the time they get here.
Yes.
But we'll know by then.
We'll know by
in
then
fact
how American it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and God, if I find out that it's
any less,
yeah, I'll let everybody know.
We're gonna be checking papers.
As someone who's heard Aaron Lewis, it's pretty American. It's
just saying. I mean, he says it's as it gets, so I want to know.
It's pretty.
We want to have a winner. Tell us if
American.
It was in fact as American.
If you want to go see Aaron Lewis and the State Liners, the American as It Gets tour at the Majestic Theater on Thursday, February 6th. Let's go with caller number 5. You'll win a pair of those tickets, and you'll have the joy of being in crowd for the most American thing you've ever seen. Ever seen. There's going to be bald eagles flying around. There's going to be...
We'll all have a hot dog.
There's going to be people... there's literally going to be a seamstress on stage sewing an American flag in a rocking chair while the songs are being played.
Are we allowed to get flag tats? Is that American?
It's
Can we do that?
almost a requirement.
Does it matter where I put it?
Yeah, there's going to be a swimming pool, like a blow-up pool, and people are just going to dump tea into it.
Yeah, all of that.
Perfect.
As American as it gets.
Unsweet tea.
Well,
can I bring my gun?
Of course.
I want to make sure. I mean,
you need that.
Question.
Is it expected? Maybe we should put it that way.
No,
Do I have to bring my gun?
You can't get in without it.
Well, yeah, you have to have it.
You can bring guns, but here's the deal.
We're all
only muskets.
And I have to wear a long jacket?
Yes.
Yeah.
Short skirt and a long jacket.
Yeah.
Long
No denim.
jacket.
You're right.
Pardon me.
You need some water there?
The Americana was flowing through me too much. Got a little too intense.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm ready for as American as it gets.
I need proof, and I'm not
I
even
might
sure
need
what that
about
is.
80% American. Might be my limit.
Sorry.
If you're too American, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't want bald eagle poop on me.
Way too
Have you ever seen a bald eagle poop?
I can't even imagine. It's not just a little bit.
They're dropping bones. And
I don't even like
shoes.
parking under the tree outside.
I
Because
know.
You get the. You're
you
the first
park
one
under-
here. You pick that spot, Vic.
Well, I like it because it's right in front. Nobody can hit me with the doors.
Yeah, but
And-
you also your car is constantly being pooped on.
Well, I have an unlimited car wash membership, so.
Oh,
actually,
you're
I
very
think-
wealthy.
Yeah.
Where you're
Told you.
parked, though, the birds aren't in the trees by the time you get out of here. It's
Right.
the afternoon is
Yeah.
where if you park under that area,
I mean,
you're
they're
going to
not-
get a bath.
There's nothing there now.
In the mornings, I think you're relatively safe.
I've started parking over there where there's no trees.
See, it wasn't so much for the trees; it's also the lawn service. They don't really care where they aim
Oh, no.
the exit part of the lawnmower that spews the grass. I don't care.
We're past lawn service season though.
No, they're still coming. They'll still come and weed eat every week. They're going to get paid.
Oh, okay.
They're going to
Wow.
They're going to sculpt what's already been sculpted.
Judging by our lawn right now, they ain't been in a while. They took a week off.
Well, they'll be here eventually.
They'll be here.
Or month
They'll be here
off. I
eventually.
don't know.
They're here, rain or shine.
Yeah.
They just do it.
So caller number 3, enjoy the show. If you don't win those tickets, you can get them at majesticempire.com. It's a good weekend for combat sports. We think there's at least fights of interest, although they may not be what we hope they are.
I'm watching the replay of the weigh-in right now last night.
The slap?
The way that every time I see it, what was Jake Paul doing creeping up on him like that?
I don't know.
I'd have
It's
slapped him too. Like, hey, what are you doing, bro? He kind of came at him low. It was kind of a weird move. I think it was staged. I don't think that was real.
What? How dare you?
Mike can act. I've seen him in movies.
How dare you accuse that of being staged?
That tattoo's not even real. He acts and it just shows up.
I'm going to I've got what I think is a pretty sharp wager to make on that Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight, but I'm going to make you wait until the daily lines for me to give it out.
I feel like I'm betting on a wrestling match, though.
That's the thing. It does
like
feel
it's already been decided.
Let me put it this way. My wager doesn't involve picking the winner.
Oh, see, that's the kind I would be in on.
Yeah.
Can I bet that there'll be another one? Is there a wager that
I
there will
haven't
be a
seen that
sequel?
market, but God, I hope not. I hope not. I'll also say this. If Mike Tyson somehow gets brutally knocked out in this fight, first of all, I'm going to be sad because I don't want to see Mike Tyson get knocked out. I mean, this is he was a childhood hero.
Yeah, man.
But I also don't want Jake Paul to walk around being able to say that he knocked Mike Tyson out. There's so many reasons why I want Mike Tyson to win this fight. But again, I'm not dumb enough to bet money that he will. Because I saw Jake Paul's brother, Logan Paul, box Floyd Mayweather in a quote-unquote exhibition.
That wasn't.
The fight ended in a draw. And
started in a draw.
It ended in a draw because Floyd, I'm pretty sure at one point, accidentally hit Logan Paul too hard and had to hold him up to keep him from falling down and being knocked out. And he had to. So he lit him, and then he grabbed onto him.
Whoops.
Yeah,
he grabbed onto the guy that he lit up, which is the opposite of how normally when you're the guy that gets lit up, you want to grab, you want to clinch.
Right.
But he lit him up and said, "Uh-oh, I hit him too hard. That's going to spoil my paycheck if I let him fall down here." So Floyd didn't let that happen. And, Floyd, his entire career, no one's been able to beat him, but Logan Paul was able to push him the hardest to a draw. I mean,
what's your gut tell you? What if you're just? My gut tells me Tyson's going to beat him. My gut tells him he probably won't knock him out, but he's going to point him in one kind of however they do this, and it'll be how many rounds we schedule for there? 8?
10, I think.
Is it 10? It won't go 10.
Remember, these are 2-minute rounds.
Yeah. Well, okay. It'll go the full distance, and Tyson will point him by 1 or 2, and there'll be a rematch.
I hope. Little baby Jesus in the sky, please let Mike Tyson win this fight.
Just what we need, what America needs right now is
10 rounds?
We need about 30 seconds and Paul leaving the ring feet first. That's what we need.
I mean, honestly, that would bring everyone together.
Yeah,
in a time
I'm telling
of
you, the whole country would gather together as one and praise Mike Tyson yet again for the greatness that is.
Listen, Republicans and Democrats alike are hoping that Mike Tyson mauls Jake Paul. Yeah. That's something that we can all agree on. And when we're in a time where we need unity, we need it more than ever.
Yes, because we had Hawk Tua, and she, her 15 minutes is done. We all gathered together in the greatness that was. And now we need Jake Paul to get his ass beat. Just to bring us together as a country again.
My gut says it's not going to happen,
I don't think it will either.
The other big fight this weekend, the UFC on Saturday, UFC 309, the return of John Jones.
So how often does this cat fight?
Now about... Well, I mean, the last time he fought was a year ago.
Yeah.
Before that, it was 2 years,
So
something like he doesn't fight very often.
3 years, yet he is still the world champion, right? He's the belt-wearing champion.
He had given away the belt, and then when he came back last year, he fought the champ and beat him in about 30 seconds.
So he fought last year, and I remember that one. Tell me about this Milicic dude. He looks like a Russian bear.
So he's actually from Ohio. He's Croatian descent.
He's a beast.
He was at one point a full-time firefighter.
Awesome.
And he fought on the side, but he became the world champion.
Oh, so he is good.
He is. A lot of people think he is the best heavyweight MMA fighter of all time. He's the only UFC heavyweight champion to defend his belt 3 times. The UFC heavyweight title rolls over pretty quickly. He defended it 3 times, which doesn't happen, but he has not fought in 3 years either, and he's 42 years old. John Jones is 36.
See, that's when I saw him interviewed yesterday. I thought
John Jones started so young. John Jones was the youngest champion in UFC history. He's been around forever, but because he started so young, he's still not old. Stipe's 42 years old. And he hasn't fought in 3 years. And the last time he fought, he got knocked out. that's not a great recipe, and that's why John Jones is a pretty massive favorite here.
He's a very good interview.
Stipe?
No, Jones is a good interview. I saw a good piece on him yesterday. Very thoughtful guy.
Well, that's one way to put it.
You almost bought that.
In a way, he is thoughtful. Like, John Jones was thoughtful enough that when he got drunk and crashed his car into a pregnant woman, he thought he had enough foresight to grab the cocaine out of his car before he fled the scene. That's thoughtful.
Yeah. He's got crazy eyes. That's all I'm going to say, man. There's something going on behind those eyes. They move, I think, independently.
There's another there's two other fights of note on that UFC card this weekend. Charles Oliveira is fighting Michael Chandler. Charles Oliveira, former champion, and Michael Chandler, he's taken about the last 2 years off because he was waiting for the Conor McGregor fight.
What's up with these guys taking years off?
Well, he was supposed to be next in line to fight McGregor, which means massive payday.
Which means he's too good to fight him.
And McGregor kept putting it off. And now Michael Chandler finally was like, okay, I got to fight somebody. Now he's fighting Charles Oliveira, who's just a guy I used to train with. He's the best submission artist in the history of the UFC, who's already beat him once. But the other fight that's happening is Bo Nickel, who is 6-0 in MMA, only 6 fights, but is probably the top prospect in all of MMA. He is the former Hodge Trophy winner.
I don't know what that means.
That means it's the Heisman Trophy of wrestling.
Oh, okay. He's a college wrestler.
At Penn State. He was the Big Ten Athlete of the Year. He lost one match in his career at Penn State.
I have one question.
And that was as a freshman.
How do his ears look?
They look like what you'd expect.
If they look like chewing gum,
but
like some chewed up bubble gum stuck on the side of his head,
they're not that bad.
Guy can win.
They're not that bad because amateur wrestlers wear the headgear.
I don't think those work.
They work better than not. Better than not.
Most of those college wrestlers, their ears just start turning into gizzards.
I didn't wear them when I wrestled. I don't believe in it.
Well, dude, you didn't do it long enough to suffer the ramifications of the cauliflower ear.
Honestly, I just
yikes.
I'm just lucky. I don't think it affects my ears. Don't do that. I had training partners that I would have to drain their ears for them.
Man, that's
it is gross. But Bo Nickel is an absolute stud.
Got a good name.
And he's fighting a guy named Paul Craig, who is a submission specialist. But I love watching Bo Nickel fight because he is probably the best pure wrestler who's ever fought in MMA. And
submission specialist.
Yeah, he's like a jiu-jitsu guy.
I'd like to have that. I had the claw.
The iron claw?
The iron claw.
Like
to the solar plexus.
No, you can't iron claw the solar plexus.
No, not yet.
Your thumb and pinky have to get on the temple.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's when you collapse their skull.
That's a Von Erich move.
Yeah,
Harry Von Erich.
Relax right there in that soft
I
spot.
remember who that was.
That's as Texas as it gets.
That's my submission move.
Kevin Von Erich.
The over-the-shoulder boulder holder.
I think that's what kids call a bra. I did. But hey,
that's my move. I stretch things out.
All right.
Boulder holder.
He's deployed the boulder holder.
All right. You guys are. It's nonsensical around here. It's nonsense what you guys are up to. All right, we'll be back. We'll
over.
It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Hey, Ed, but after your boulder holding, where are you going to go party? You're going to head over to Twin Peaks, of course. Get your axe over to Twin Peaks this weekend. They got the freshest menu additions. That's the best thing about Twin Peaks is every season for everything, they change up their menu. They are a national chain, but you get the benefits of all the local cuisine. And right now, if you haven't had their spicy chili crisp or their chicken tikka to go along with all those new sauces to go on your wings, you're not doing it right. And their backyard barbecue brisket is absolutely extraordinary. For a guy who does briskets, man, just let them do it for you. And their quesabirria tacos, now we're talking our business. They feature their in-house smoked brisket served with birria broth, perfect for dipping. Man, it is ideal. This is not pub grub. This is posh nosh. That's why you head over to 4 locations around San Antonio. They're my home field. That is at Days of All and I-10. Of course, you can head over to 151 and 410 for our Far West Siders Loopland right in the middle of town in that brand new location. Been there about a year now over on IKEA Lane over on the northeast side. That's why we go to Twin Peaks. Everything you want's on the TV. Everything you want to eat's coming out of the kitchen, and everything you want to drink is made professionally and ably by a mixologist standing right underneath that thermometer that says 29 degrees. That's what your beer will be. Head over to Twin Peaks today. You'll see what I'm talking about. The eat's always spectacular. Those drinks icy cold, but it's so easy. Why do we go? It's those scenic views.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
I'll never forget when I was a kid, my grandparents lived in San Antonio.
Uh-huh.
And my grandfather used to always tell me, when you get old enough, I'm going to take you down to Zarzamora Street and make a man out of you.
I always thought it was Cherry Street.
That's appropriate.
I mean, that's
well,
where James goes.
I don't know if Cherry Street's appropriate or not for a hooker.
It used to be.
For a rookie hooker, maybe.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
My neighbor across the street, his mother died. I paid cash for the car, and he gave me a title with his mother's name on it, and they won't let it get registered.
Yeah, y'all should have just forged it. Now you need to get him to apply for a new title and forge the dead mother's name. And she's damn sure not going to see because she's dead.
This is not endorsed by GiveMeTheVin.com.
Not at all.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
George Gets Justice. The attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers are proud of their local roots and their deep connection to San Antonio. They stand up for their neighbors, fight for justice, and make sure every voice is heard. When you've been injured in an accident, count on George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George guarantees that you don't pay anything unless they win your case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George Gets Justice. Getgeorge.com.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Guys, Underdog is the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while you're watching sports. They've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. You think Dak is going to have higher or lower yards than his stat coming up in this game? You can make money off that opinion at Underdog. Create entries with football, basketball, mix and match. You can do it all. They've even got college sports as well. I've been playing a lot of those college props. I think there is some money to be made in those deals. This week on Underdog, I'm looking at the Spurs. I'm going Wemby to go over on his rebounds. And guys, again, every sport is available on here. It's a blast, and it just makes the games more interesting. This season, they're running a special promo or bonus almost every single day. Profit boost, discounts, free picks. They're basically a sure thing. A player has to get higher than a half a point to get the win. All new users get a free pick. Download the app, sign up with the promo code ALAMO, deposit now, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash immediately. That's promo code ALAMO. Must be 18 or older. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com. You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Oh, and here, it's Friday.
This isn't the original one, though. This is a busted remix.
It's kind of fast.
Where she says having cereal. We don't like this one, Vic. This is the remake. We got to, yeah, this isn't good.
What's wrong with this one?
It's no good. It
still has the verse.
It's not the right one. It's not the right one.
This was the Gotham City remix.
No, it's no good. It's no good.
Gotham City remix.
Yeah, see if you can find the OG version. That's where it's at, man.
Take us back to early Bieber years.
I don't think that's it either.
That's not it either.
This is yet another.
There's like 1,000 of them.
You might have to just look it up on
What's her name?
YouTube. Rebecca Black.
Did she ever do anything else?
That's where I'm at. There's like 1,000 of them.
Just look up Rebecca Black Friday, and it's going to be the one that has the most views because that's where she became a big success. Was like it blew up on YouTube.
Still a big success?
No.
Yeah.
She had one big song.
Yeah, okay. I wanted to make
And then she tried to make another one about
Saturday?
She did try to make one about Saturday, and it was terrible.
You're kidding, did she really?
Yeah, and then she did the remix of Friday. It's like,
I could
dude,
have been her manager. I could have come up with that.
It's okay to be a one-hit wonder. It really is. When your one hit's a real banger like Friday.
As long as you wrote the song and have the rights, it's a good thing.
That's it, man. And Friday, it just makes you feel good on a Friday. B. Castaneda said that song is so annoying.
Oh, it is. It's very, very annoying.
But it's the perfect annoying.
The problem is we will
annoying.
We will play it, and then you're going to be humming it on your way home from work about 5 o'clock.
There's some songs
it never leaves.
That you wish you didn't like.
It's an earworm.
Party in the USA is one of these songs. Oh, yeah, no one wants to admit that they like Party in the USA, but when it comes on, you find yourself bobbing your head a little, and you're butterflies fly away.
See, I kind of hit the button.
No, you don't. You're lying. It's okay to accept what you are.
I will. I have my own guilty pleasures. I will freely admit to them.
Rob comes into the parking lot every day. Huey Lewis in the News playing
man, I love
full blast.
Early Huey. Not the commercial stuff.
It's hit the B square.
No. See, that's the commercial stuff. I like the old stuff when Huey and did you know Huey and Kenny Rogers were in the same band for a while?
No.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers?
Kenny Rogers and Huey Lewis were in the same band for a minute.
See, I would have thought Huey Lewis and Kenny Loggins.
Which would have been a super group.
Oh my God.
That would have been like the Traveling Wilburys.
Yeah.
Couple of Kennys. Throw Kenny G in there, and we got us a super.
Oh man, imagine that
full-on power group.
Imagine that. If we were only so lucky.
Play it, Kenny. Which one?
It starts on his sax. Danger Zone on the sax. We got Gladiator 2 tickets to give away. Would you like to go see Gladiator 2? Would you like to go to the premiere?
Yeah, you'll get the
on
red
IMAX
carpet treatment.
That's going to be next Tuesday.
Is it on IMAX?
It is.
Dude.
Santikos Palladium IMAX, November 19th, Tuesday.
That's a $20 ticket.
20? My ass.
Is it more than that?
For an IMAX?
I haven't paid to see IMAX in forever, honestly. I'd like to.
This
might
would be
the
one
movie to do it.
This would be one to do it, man. Yeah, I like to watch like war movies on IMAX for sure.
Only problem is you lose stuff when you watch IMAX because you're watching upper left-hand side. There's stuff going on the bottom right-hand side you never even see.
That's true. But you can win a pair of Screen Pass to see Gladiator 2 on Tuesday, November 19th. The movie's in theaters nationwide on November 22nd. But one of our listeners, actually two of our listeners,
right now,
are going to be special. And that's the thing about listening to this show. When you listen to this show, you're special. You're unique. Well, and we appreciate that. Mm-hmm. So let's do caller number... I'll make it easy on Edwin. Caller number 1. Caller number 1. You're the very first person to call in. You win.
Speed dialing.
Yeah, I always feel bad for the producer who has to say, like, you're caller number 1, try again. Caller number 2, try again. Caller number 3. It'd be like caller number 40. We did that before.
We do that.
Yeah.
Good old radio days.
If our producer's blowing it, caller number 40.
Yep.
Good. You're about to put you
busy.
to work, Bubba. Put you to work. And B. Castaneda says, how are you going to call Friday a banger? Brood, it's a banger.
Well,
it's a banger.
I mean,
come on, man.
I mean, it's a pretty low bar, but okay. I mean, it's a banger, clanker.
Okay. Well, this
thumper.
That's coming from a guy who says he doesn't bob his head to party in the USA.
I
That
know.
tells you all you need to know.
There you go.
Because every normal person bobs their head to party in the USA.
I don't dislike the song. I don't like the song.
telling you,
No,
man,
I'll just admit. No, I don't. I don't like it.
And you still haven't found the original Friday? Yeah,
they're all.
I looked it up, too.
I should have
There
hit
are
you
literally
with
thousands.
I should have hit you with caller 40. I should have made you do the work.
I think we should play the remix with Dorian Electra and Big Frida.
No, I heard that one start up. That was the wrong one.
No.
No, we want the OG.
Why Rebecca Black's Friday is the greatest song ever. It is a celebration of the mundane and ode to the simple joy of the end of the week.
That's it.
An anticipation of the weekend, the youthful thrill of choosing your weekend.
That's it, dude. People love Fridays. And when you make a song about things that people love, we get excited.
Moreover, the song's reception and transformation from viral mockery to beloved pop culture staple epitomizes the path of the underdog.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Do you like Katy Perry?
I don't dislike her.
All right. Yeah.
You like one of those songs that I
like Firework.
That's the one you like?
Yeah.
I like that was Taylor Swift.
I like no. I like almost all of Taylor Swift's songs are good. Like
Yeah.
I'm not going to have a discussion about the viability of Taylor Swift
I
as
think
a pop
that's foregone.
She is
pop culture.
She's the queen.
She is pop culture.
I'm a Swiftie, but I love the Katy Perry song "Roar."
Oh yeah.
I got the eye of the tiger, the fire. I don't want to like it, but I do. I'm like, man.
But you won't change it if it comes on. Right?
No way. I'll turn
see?
it up, man. I will turn it up.
You will search for it right on iTunes and.
Is that
Apple
do
Music?
you have Katy Perry on a playlist?
No.
See, okay, then all right, I'm with you.
But if I hear it, I ain't turning
See,
away
I'm
from
not,
it.
I'm like
I have
that.
Firework.
I appreciate the music, but I ain't gonna go listen to it if I'm choosing the music.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I do like that song. It's like it's a motivator. It's a motivator,
Do you
man.
use that to when you're doing your Zumba?
Yeah. When I'm on my Peloton, it's like, and
I'd like to have a Peloton.
I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me. That's gonna be me.
I thought
I can't afford.
Now
a
I know I
Peloton.
do. What?
I couldn't afford a Peloton. They're too much.
I'd like to have a Peloton.
Yeah, I have a pelota.
I have a,
I don't have any.
it's flat.
Yeah,
but I got one.
I can play with it.
Yeah. Bounce it around. That's
yeah,
it.
that's all I got.
Oh well. My wife bought one of those exercise bikes once. This was pre-Peloton, before its
Trying to
existence.
figure out what a Mexican Peloton is. There's got to be a joke there.
A Mexican Peloton would be like a bicycle with the wheels off of it, and it's just on some cinder blocks.
No, the ones that sell the paletas.
The paletas with little wheels?
Right.
The paletaton?
There we go. The paletaton.
So I get my workout.
It's a
little bit different. I make money in my workout.
It's a three-wheeler, you know? Three-wheel bicycle.
And what my workout involves is parking my bicycle outside of elementary schools and selling pineapple paletas.
There we go. And
I
selling
pedal really fast.
Got small speakers playing banda. You know?
And instead of an interactive screen, it's got like a flip-up DVD player.
Yeah, the old one. I can't get it.
Playing banda.
With that tuba, you know.
Boom, boom, boom.
I've never been in better shape.
Don't.
We got paletas and we got insulin.
I think we got some new workout craze coming. Now jump on your paleta bike. Let's do this.
All right. When we come back, we'll take a look around the NFL this weekend. A lot of good matchups. Started yesterday, Week 11. We started off with a bang. I think we got some good ones coming. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Twin Peaks. I've already talked about Twin Peaks. I want to tell you about Ewald Kubota. Good friend of mine.
There we go.
The Ewald Kubota. In fact, tomorrow morning, as I head out with many like-minded folks like me, head out to the lease, and I get there, it's early in the morning. I'm going to have to go out to my blind. I wish I was getting on my Ewald MTV. Wish I was getting on an ATV, the quality of a Ewald Kubota. Because here's the deal. When you see what Ewald can do, and it's not just about the machine. It's about what you can do with the machine, all the things that you need. Maybe it's a winch. Maybe you need a dump. Maybe you need a front grader. Maybe you need to drag something for your roads. Maybe you need a post hole digger. Maybe you need them all. Maybe you don't need any of it. Guess what? You can put it all on your Ewald Kubota. That's why you go over to Ewald, because not only do you get the absolute best machinery, you get the service to back it up, not just tomorrow, but next year and the following year. They've been here for 75 years. If you had a bigger project coming your way, you're breaking ground on something huge, but you don't have the time or the wherewithal to go buy what you need, guess what? Ewald's got the best equipment, and they'll bring it right out to you, whether you need it a day, a week, or a month. They'll train you up on what you need. They'll charge you a fair price. They'll come pick it up, and they'll make sure you get your job right because you've got the best equipment to do it. And if you're looking for the best deal on a Kubota right now, there's no better time. You got 0% APR for several years going. Go to Ewald Kubota or KubotaUSA.com for all the details. But if Daddy needs a new tractor, if it's time to stuff his stocking with the very best, head over to Ewald Kubota. They got 11 locations to take care of you for 75 years. From San Antonio to the Gulf Coast, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still working that trouble spot on Highway 90 eastbound at Loop 410. That wreck is in the left lane. 15-minute delay. Stop and go from Montgomery. 35 southbound FM 1103 on down to Pat Booker Road. That's rolling stop and go. It's about a 20-minute commute. And I-10 eastbound Fresno to Frio Street about 7-8 minutes. 410 northbound I-10 to 35. Traffic rolling slowly. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies, coming off their second bye of the season, take on New Mexico State. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. With Progressive Insurance, you can make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Hey guys, it's AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. If you're looking for a place to play some cards, have I got one for you. SA Card House, located just off 281 at Bitters, is the best card house in San Antonio. It's a great environment, great for all skill levels. And guys, you are going to love the food and bar that's attached. Foster's Bar and Grill. They do not mess around. Go by, check them out, or check them out online at sacardhouse.com. They're open 7 days a week. Stop in. Maybe I'll see you at the tables.
Hello. My name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. Recently, we've all seen advertisements from attorneys here in San Antonio saying their firm does not get paid an attorney fee unless there's a recovery. And maybe you've heard, we don't get paid unless you get paid, or words to that effect. Well, that is what I've been doing for more than 30 years. I honestly did not know that there were attorneys in San Antonio that would represent an injured client and charge a fee if there was no recovery. You see, I practice law with basic principles, one of which is you never need an excuse to do the right thing. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, including a commercial or business vehicle, an 18-wheeler, call me. The phone call and consultation is free. If you hire me, I will not get a fee unless there is a recovery. And this has been true for me and my firm for more than 30 years. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-277-3355. That's 800-277-3355. 800-277-3355.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Making an Impact, sponsored by Granger. A Clemson fraternity opened its arms to a student with special needs. They didn't know the impact it would have on their lives.
The joy and light that we were missing in our chapter that we didn't know we were missing from the beginning is unreal.
He kind of broke all the preconceived notions that I thought of that a fraternity man should be like.
For the ones who get it done, Granger offers professional-grade supplies and solutions, made for every industry and backed by product experts. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
I got to apologize to Vic. He was playing the right Friday song. He was just playing the wrong part.
Well,
that was almost right.
There's not a lot of good parts.
Oh, you're such a hater, Rob. You're too cool for school.
I'm just saying, man. I'll be honest.
He's too cool.
I don't really. There's that teenage girl voice that just I can't vibe with, and there's a lot of them that
All right.
that it's just.
All right, man.
It's almost dog whistle. I can
I'm
hear
too
it.
cool to listen.
No, it's not that. I feel left out, honestly. I can hear it, but it's a dog whistle. Sometimes I don't hear it.
Did you like when Britney Spears came out?
See, no, I wasn't a Britney fan because again, it was a little girl singing about very adult things.
But
and I
she
was
didn't
like,
sing
man, I
like a
feel
little
very-
girl. Hit me, baby, one more time.
She sounded like she was about 8.
No, she sounded like she was way older than she was.
She sounded like on helium. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Prime Britney was so hot. Oh, I'm allowed to say that because she's the same age as me. So when she was coming up, I was coming up, and
in every way possible.
Right.
I can't.
Now, yeah, you guys weren't allowed to.
I can't, man. I can't.
I was allowed to look at MTV,
Lolita.
I was allowed to look at MTV and be like, "Ooh, yes."
No. But it turned out she was crazy as anything else out
But
there.
that's the
Nothing
world we
like
live
that.
in. Show me a super hot girl who isn't crazy, right?
I'm not
look
going
around.
down that road.
You ain't finding one, Bubba.
I'm not going down
There,
that road.
you can find that. There's that. There's a chart on the internet that's the hot crazy
Yeah, I've
quotient,
seen that.
and like as they get hotter, the crazy gets higher. That's just the way the world works, man.
The more money involved too.
It's called FOFA.
That's right. Congratulations, Alexandra won the Gladiator tickets. Atta girl.
She hadn't won in a while.
Yeah, she
Good. Well, she's a winner. You know why she's a winner? Because she's here every day, listening with us.
A genuine pleasure. Look forward to seeing her.
That's right. Are you going
to Gladiator? I will go. I'm not going to go to that one.
Why not?
I'm letting the winners win.
Well,
I'm not going to.
Are you busy on a Tuesday night?
I'm
like for
I
me.
could be.
I've got
I
Maction.
have a busy social calendar.
I've got Maction
I got
on
all
Tuesday
kinds of
nights.
stuff. I think Tuesday nights.
Oh, Emirates Cup is Tuesday night.
Yeah, Emirates Cup.
Oh yeah.
And Mahjong.
But you don't play mahjong. Your wife does.
No, that's a ladies thing. I hold her purse.
You have to get like, here's the hors d'oeuvres, ladies.
That's what I do. I serve the mahjong.
You put tiny sausages on toothpicks.
All of that.
Yeah, mini. What do they call them? The little tiny sandwich,
smokies.
finger sandwiches.
Little sandwiches. Little smokies. Little cucumber sandwiches.
I hate cucumbers.
Oh yes, I love cucumbers.
Gross.
I like cucumbers.
Cucumbers and lemon.
You guys are gross. Hey, there's a good slate of NFL football games this weekend, and I guess let's just start with the star of the show, the Bills and the Chiefs. Is there
game of the week of the year?
It really feels that way. The Bills are 2-point favorites here, total of 45.5. It's in Buffalo. The Bills have been, quite frankly, dominant in the last, month and a half. They are smacking teams around. They smacked around the Colts last week. The Chiefs, quite frankly, win in a miracle fashion every single week. It's got to end at some point, right? It can't go on forever.
I said that about Brady.
Yeah.
At some point,
you know what? It ended. It's over.
It will end. And it's going to end this weekend. The Bills are going to slobber knock.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. They're going to pour it on. It won't be an accurate depictor of how much better they are because they're not that much better, but it's going to look like it this weekend.
My prediction is that the Bills look great on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Chiefs because this game matters so little to the Chiefs. If the Chiefs lose this game, guess what? They're still the 1 seed.
I agree. And the Bills it really doesn't matter to the Bills either. This is more about their attitude about themselves.
That's why it matters to the Bills.
Yeah.
The Bills need to know that they can beat Kansas City.
If they lost, they're still first place. They're fine, man. They're not going to worry.
But Kansas City knows already we can beat the Bills.
Yeah.
But the Bills need to prove to themselves.
And it's going to, Josh Allen is, if he performs the way that he has over the last 3 weeks, will become the front runner yet again for MVP. But it's more about there's some seeding issues that are going to fall into this. We hope, at least Buffalo hopes, that Kansas City loses more than just this one. So this is as important a game as there's been at this point of the season this year. It really does have January implications.
The Chiefs' remaining schedule after this: Panthers, Raiders, Chargers, Browns, Texans, Steelers, Broncos.
So is there any Miami Dolphins left?
This is
sitting out? watching 16-0?
Oh, you know they're watching this week, and they probably don't like to cheer for the Bills, but they're cheering for the Bills this weekend because although I don't know, what I do know is if whatever happens this weekend, the Chiefs are going to be favored by like 10 points at Carolina, and that might be the game they lose.
No, it won't be. I'm pretty comfortable that won't be it, but there will be one. You think that there will be one. And I say that it's for Buffalo's, I don't know, self-esteem. How much do you put into that?
I put a lot into it.
Do you? You know,
yeah.
I saw where that,
which, by the way,
Brady and Manning, Mahomes and Allen have met more times, like 8 times, 9 times over the last 3 years, something ridiculous. And only Manning and Brady played that often in that short span of time, which is engineered by the NFL. I mean, that's obviously we want to see the 2 best. But because of the way this has worked, I think that there is a little brother thing for Buffalo right now. I do think that they need to continue to beat them because they have, but do it again to prove that when they do see each other in January, they can do it.
It actually isn't manufactured. It's because the Chiefs keep winning their division, the Bills keep winning theirs, so they automatically play once a year. And then they see each other in the playoffs. That's just it's.
They see each other in the playoffs, but this is a manufactured regular season matchup.
It has to be scheduled because they're 2 first-place teams. You have to play a first-place schedule, so they automatically play each other.
But they don't have to play those particular divisions. You know what I mean? I mean,
no.
You don't
when you're in the AFC, you play the Bills won the AFC East last year. Every year, you play the other 3 AFC winners. No matter what.
Even if your whole division is playing the AFC West.
You will still play the AFC West,
and then you add the other game.
But you play every division winner from the AFC.
Is
play
that only year. That's NFC too.
Both, yeah, yep. So they have to play every year,
much like
as long as
Brady.
they win the division. Yeah, the Colts were winning the division every year. The Patriots were winning the division.
I mean, obviously Mahomes and the Chiefs have the record and all the other stuff. What do the Bills hang their hat on? What is it? What makes you think that they feel like, hey, we'll get them this time?
I think the Bills feel like they've got the best quarterback playing right now. Josh Allen is having a better year than Patrick Mahomes is having. The problem, and this is my big concern for the Bills this week, to beat the Chiefs, everything needs to go right. And going into this game, everything isn't going right. The Bills are going to be without Keon Coleman, who's finally kind of turned into a real wide receiver. They're going to probably be without Dalton Kincaid, who is,
safety valve,
quite frankly, their best weapon on offense. Those are bad things. Like, they are not fully healthy, and all it does is pile more onto the plate of Josh Allen and put more pressure on him to just make something happen.
They will have beaten him 4 consecutive times in the regular season.
But you know what's going to happen? They're going to beat them here, and then come playoffs, there's going to be hope, and the Chiefs are going to smack the Bills around. That's why my great hope is that
they lose.
No, not that they lose this game, but that the Chiefs lose to the Ravens or someone else. I don't think the Bills can beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. I think there's something in their heads. I wish Joe Burrow could make it because I've seen Joe Burrow beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. I know he can do it, but it's Joe Burrow and Tom Brady are the only ones that can do it, and Tom Brady's retired. So it's like somebody's got to knock this guy off.
Against the Chiefs, Josh has done all he can in the 7 games they've played that he's started. 1,800 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. His pass rating against Andy Reid's team is 98.3. It has not been because of Josh Allen.
It's not Josh Allen, dude. And, I go back to the 13 seconds game, that Josh Allen was – you will not see a player play a better game than what Josh Allen played in that game. And the fact that he got nothing for it is so sad.
They changed the rules. They changed the rules to ensure that would never happen again.
He played a perfect game, and it was like, no, it's not enough.
So we'll have to change the rules just to give you a shot next time.
Other games going on this weekend, the Raiders are at the Dolphins.
See Norv Turner's coming back to coach? They're pulling Norv out of the retirement home to come work with his son.
Packers are at the Bears. The Packers beat the Bears every time. I don't know.
Own you.
They do. They literally own stock, I think. Jags are at Detroit. Detroit, a 14-point favorite. It tells me that Trevor Lawrence is not playing again, so you're probably seeing another Mac Jones game.
Even with him. They're 14 points.
They're not 14.
They're so much better than Jacksonville. They're going to beat them by 3-4
They're
touchdowns.
great, but 14 points is absurd.
Jacksonville's terrible.
Dude, the Lions were getting their bleep pushed in by the Texans a week ago.
Best team in football.
They might be,
show it this week.
but the best team in football is usually not 14 points better than the worst team in football even.
I like this one.
The Vikings are at the Titans. Vikings 6-point favorites in Minnesota.
Playing?
Will Levis is back in action,
That's why
baby.
they're only 6-point favorites.
That must be it.
It would have been double digits.
Yeah. Patriots they're hosting the Rams, pardon me.
This is a nut cut
the
time for the
Rams.
Rams.
I'm telling you, the Patriots are showing some fight.
Well,
man.
let me
Drake
tell you,
May gives them a different look.
The Rams got shattered last week.
Yep.
Emotionally and physically. It's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back on the road like this.
The Browns are at the Saints. The Saints are a favorite for some reason. It's absurd to me.
Didn't they have the Browns are coming off a bye, right?
Yeah. Browns are coming off a bye. This is the Jameis Browns, by the way.
Yeah.
The Browns are going to beat the crap out of the
I think
Saints.
so, too.
The Colts are at the Jets. Jets favored again. 4-point favorites.
Who's going to be the best quarterback on the field?
Is it
gonna be
Anthony Richardson or Aaron Rodgers? Who do you want? I don't know.
I need to go on DFS. What's the combined total yards for our quarterbacks? It's under 300 yards.
Total in that game is 43.5. I will say this for if you're looking at the Colts, this may be the game to bring Anthony Richardson back because the Jets cannot stop the run. They have proven to be a pathetic run defense, and if all Anthony Richardson does is run the football, they might have a chance. I'd just line him up in Wildcat. Don't even pretend like you're going to throw.
The go-go.
The Ravens are at the Steelers. Ravens 3-point favorites.
What's the line on this? What's the over/under?
48.5.
Oh, that's a little bit higher than I thought it was going to be.
Well, it's higher than typical it's higher than normal because the Ravens are normally not this elite on offense. This is one of the craziest stats ever. Underdogs of 3 or more points in the Jim Harbaugh versus Mike Tomlin era. Underdogs are 18-2 against the spread. That is 90% ATS when a team is catching 3 or more points.
That's a testament to the coaching.
Every game played between Harbaugh and Tomlin, if you add up the totals, they are separated by 0.6 points per game.
Testament to coaching, man.
Always take the dog in this matchup. Always take the dog. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Steelers win. And then Bengals-Chargers on Sunday Night Football. Huge game for both those teams. Mike McCarthy on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio Sports Stars $50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The $50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. With Progressive Insurance, you can make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
When you've got a big job to do, never compromise. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Get the power, comfort, and quality you need by choosing Kubota rental equipment. Excavators, skid loaders, track loaders, RTVs, or mowers. At Ewald Kubota, we have the machine you need when you need it. Rent by the day, week, or month. We know you want the dependable equipment Kubota is known for, and we can even deliver it to you. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas for over 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first and buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas, open to the public 7 days a week with a country club feel. It's football season, so book your tee times early at golfclubtexas.com and stick around and watch the games. Make Golf Club of Texas your football headquarters where you can watch every game. They'll even stay open until the end of every NFL game, including Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Get into the Tin Cup Bar at the Golf Club of Texas, Highway 90 at Briggs Ranch Road. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED in my 12 years of practice. But now you can get world-class care for ED 100% online by going to hims.com. So what are you waiting for?
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. At Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale, get a king for the price of a queen and a free adjustable base with select Sealy beds, all with a low price guarantee. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi, everyone. If you or someone you know were diagnosed with lung cancer or mesothelioma, listen up, because you could be entitled to significant compensation. We have legal professionals standing by right now to take your call, and they'll tell you if you qualify for a cash settlement. Call 800-570-0200. That's 800-570-0200. Call now and find out how much money you could potentially get.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still working that trouble spot on Highway 90 eastbound at Loop 410. That wreck is in the left lane. 15-minute delay. Stop and go from Montgomery. 35 southbound FM 1103 on down to Pat Booker Road. That's rolling stop and go. It's about a 20-minute commute. And I-10 eastbound Fresno to Frio Street about 7-8 minutes. 410 northbound, I-10 to 35, traffic rolling slowly. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs open the Emirates Cup play tonight as they welcome LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers into the Frost Bank Center. Tip at 6:30. In college football, UTSA welcomes North Texas into the Alamo Dome for a 7 o'clock kick. On Saturday, the third-ranked Texas Longhorns are in Fayetteville to play Arkansas, a game you can catch on ABC. Kickoff at 11. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Joining us now on the Buyers Barricade guest line, courtesy of AA Best Bail Bonds, is the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Coach Mike McCarthy. Good morning, Coach. How are you, sir?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Did you get a chance to watch your division rivals facing off on Thursday Night Football last night, or do you not subscribe to Amazon Prime?
No, I actually did not get to watch it. Just had a late night here, but yeah, I'll definitely get a chance to catch up on it. We'll start we'll actually start working on watching it on Sunday.
But you do have Prime, right?
Yeah,
because we have
Prime.
a producer who doesn't even have Netflix, and I don't know how he's surviving life. But you have access to Amazon Prime if you wanted it, right?
Definitely. I have 5 children, so.
Yeah. Okay. So you're a normal person, unlike Edwin.
Yeah, you'll be paying that Netflix bill for the next 30 years, by the way. That's never going away. I know it's Thursday in your world. What's a typical Thursday for you guys? Normally catch you on Friday morning, and you've got a whole other schedule. So what's your day like today?
Well, I'll tell you, I did the Monday night schedule different this week, just because, we got to, we're going 8 days, 6 days and 4 days. So we got the stretch of the 3 games in 10 days. So I wanted to keep all the heavy lifting earlier in the week as much as I could, and do the lighter practices at the end of the week. Not as much, what was best for the practice, practice segments going into Monday night, but really trying to, factor in the stress for what's coming after it. So we're actually on a normal Friday today to answer the question.
So normally when you've got a run like this where you guys are playing 3 games in 10 days, you look at that as a big time negative. You have to change your routine or something like that. But with you guys, with the struggles that you guys are having, maybe a routine change isn't the worst possible thing. Can you look at this as in a positive light and say, you know what, this gives us a chance to maybe try some new things, try a new schedule, see if we can find some long-term changes here?
I'm definitely for it. I'm all for it if you think it's going to work. But no, I think like anything. I know we've talked about this in the past. You look forward to getting on a 7-day routine earlier in the year, but it's just it's part of playing for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, this is these are the schedules you're always going to have. So I mean, really, my focus has always been how can I do it better. And frankly, the healthier football team plays into this a lot of this too. So you don't just have one schedule for an 8-day week or a 7-day week or a 6-day week or a 4-day week. You have adjustments within those plans because the health of the team and how you want to practice too is affected by that. So
did your alteration of the schedule, the way you've done it in the past, did that reflect that massive injury report that you're dealing with? Did you alter that because you saw that coming, or was this just the plan ahead of time?
Well, this was the plan ahead of time, and frankly, I think it definitely ties into the injuries. So I think the fact that we can get our heavy lifted done, like it really, yesterday's Thursday padded practice, that'll probably be the final, what I term as a full padded practice where you're able to go max reps without any interference. So we actually pushed through it yesterday, and I thought the guys did a good job of that. Because there's young player development that's built into these padded practices. It's not just getting ready for the game. When you only have so many padded practices a year, you have to, in my opinion, it's the way I've always done it, is you have to have segments in there to continue to develop your young players, especially your young offensive linemen. So, because you got to start cutting back after Thanksgiving.
The truth with all that. Now you talk about developing your young offensive linemen. You've got a different quarterback room now. How do you address the different quarterbacks, the different packages, and all of that in this short week?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, this is the long week, but I think the bigger challenge will be, the next 2 weeks. But yeah, and that's where, extra walkthroughs. We have young guy meetings. Our team meetings at 8:00, but our young players are here at 7. So the quarterbacks actually.
But you don't work that hard, Coach.
Say again?
You don't work that hard, I've been told.
Oh, really?
No, that's what I've been hearing. I don't know.
That's internet sound bites.
That's just trash.
Oh my God! I could tell my family that.
Yeah. Coach, when you do have the offensive line, the young offensive line that you guys have, and we saw last week Cooper was under a good bit of pressure, even though he did only get sacked once. Do you start to think about, like, man, if we can't protect our quarterback a little more, we might have to go to this more mobile option in Trey Lance, knowing that you have a guy like that on the sideline?
Well, I think like anything. I mean, you're trying to have a balanced attack each and every week, and I think you make an interesting point. But how many times can you really run your quarterback too? So I think you got to be smart there, also. But yeah, the biggest thing for us is, frankly, we got to take care of the football. We got to make sure we're kicking after, at the end of every series, and punting is okay, play field position and things like that. That's the game we have to play. We have to go the long way, and, we got to grind these things out. So we got to take care of the football because, regardless if it's, who the quarterback is, it's going to be a hard day.
Speaking of sacks, on the positive, I know it was probably hard to take many positives out of last week, but you guys did get after Jalen Hurts a little bit. 5 sacks. You cost him 46 yards with that. What'd you guys do differently rushing the passer, and is that something that can carry over going forward?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, getting it into those down and distances. For us defensively, stopping the run, winning the first and second down, mainly winning first down, it definitely gives us more opportunities. But yeah, I thought our pressure packages were excellent, especially in the first half, because we had 5, but we still had 2 where we were right there. So we definitely want to build off of that.
It's crazy how that balance plays into the defense there. It was an impressive first half, and impressive. DeMarvion Overshown, tell us how his role has changed as the season's gone on due to the injuries and all that, because he's really, it appears at least to my eyes, really blossoming. You've got something there.
Oh, definitely. No, without a doubt. I mean, you could always see it. It just, the young man just needed to get past that, that knee injury. And he's doing something each and every week that you just love. So just trying to create more opportunities for him. He had some rushes, from the edge last week, but yeah, he's just getting better and better each week.
You guys preparing to take on the Houston Texans on Monday Night Football, and I'm sure you've dug into the film from their last game, which was really a tale of two halves, maybe one of the most impressive halves of the season we've seen played against a team that's just been a juggernaut in the Lions. The Texans absolutely owned them early in that game and then completely melted in the second half. When you see a game film like that where they look fantastic and then they look dreadful in the same game, how do you weigh out those two halves, and do you just try and say, okay, here's what they were doing well early, how can we combat that? Here's what they were doing poorly, how can we take advantage of that? Or how do you read film like that?
Well, to me, that's under the category of the ebb and flow of the football game. There's momentum swings in every game. How you respond to them, especially being in tune which side of the swing you're on. And some are more drastic than others, and you just got to make sure you're overcoming it. But ebb and flow is really something that we teach and talk all the time. We try to institute it the best we can within our training regimens, how we practice, pace of operation, all those things. And I think it's just a great example of how competitive this league is. When you see those games and the energy and the swings and the momentum swings, and then one team fights back, and that's just what makes our game so great.
The greatness of the game is always about the next man up. We talked about your long list of injuries. Are we getting to the point where some of these guys, you've already lost your quarterback, you're looking at maybe shutting them down? What's the story with Deron Bland?
He's just he's still in the he's kind of stuck at this point that he's in right now. So he just got to trust the rehab process, and he just has not got through the return to play segment. So he had a good day yesterday. I'm curious to hear what the report is today, but. Yeah, right now he still hasn't made it to the practice film.
You guys have, it's been talked about a lot. You struggled to run the football this year, and at least last week the Texans struggled to run the football as well. Joe Mixon 1.8 yards per carry on 25 carries, so he's been pretty good all season. Was there anything that Detroit did that you guys can replicate to slow down that Texans attack and maybe keep time of possession close to even, which has been a struggle for you guys this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think like each and every week you look at the matchups and so forth, but it's definitely a focus for us because their ability to spread it out, throwing the ball, but also the action pass game comes off of their run game too. So we definitely we got to stay committed to stopping the run.
on your offensive side of the ball, Jonathan Mingo. Tell us about him and what can we expect from him in the near and far future?
It's been great having him here. He's been working hard. So, hopefully we can get him up this week. So we'll just continue to go through the process. But he's picked it up quickly. I'm impressed with his work ethic, and I'm glad he's here.
I guess, Coach, you found out this week that, and this may be news to you, that if you don't work for the Cowboys next year, you can literally have any job you want. You can be anywhere you want. Were you aware that you were at that level, that any job you want in the world could be yours?
I'm focused on beating the Houston Texans. So I'm committed to this.
I think that's a good
Fair
outlook. That's head coach Mike McCarthy. Hey, Coach, good luck on Monday. I know this is a good chance for you guys to build some positive momentum in a tough season. But this is a game where you guys, you're facing another team that's not exactly firing on all cylinders right now as well. Maybe a good chance to get back in the win column. Coach, best of luck this Monday, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, thank you, man.
Good help.
Take care.
That's head coach Mike McCarthy, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds.
From News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are clear on I-10, westbound approaching Loop 410. That accident has cleared. We do have a stall at 35 southbound approaching Walters off to the shoulder. Looks like this stall just cleared on 1604 westbound at Nacogdoches. Right now we are in good shape as you head into your midday commute. Now, if you do see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
What's on? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. With Progressive Insurance, you can make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
If you've been injured in an accident, you know there's no shortage of attorneys who want your business. But when it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years. We've successfully represented thousands of injured Texans, earning over 12,000 five-star reviews on Google. So, who is the right attorney for you? Just look at the numbers. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Can you dig it? Come into any Ewald Kubota dealer and dig the savings on the full line of Kubota excavators. Like 0%, 0 down for 48 months. Plus, save up to $10,000 off. Come see us. Kubota deals are here. Kubota deals are now.
Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Guys, Underdog is the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while you're watching sports. They've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. You think Dak is going to have higher or lower yards than his stat coming up in this game? You can make money off that opinion at Underdog. Create entries with football, basketball, mix and match. You can do it all. They've even got college sports as well. I've been playing a lot of those college props. I think there is some money to be made in those deals. This week on Underdog, I'm looking at the Spurs. I'm going Wemby to go over on his rebounds. And guys, again, every sport is available on here. It's a blast, and it just makes the games more interesting. This season, they're running a special promo or bonus almost every single day. Profit boost, discounts, free picks. They're basically a sure thing. A player has to get higher than a half a point to get the win. All new users get a free pick. Download the app, sign up with the promo code Alamo, deposit now, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash immediately. That's promo code Alamo. Must be 18 or older. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Let me ask you a question. Is your roof ready for anything? Well, Stevens Roofing, a locally owned company, has been serving our community for decades. Whether it's a commercial project or residential, or repairing your old roof, or maybe installing a new one, they've got you covered. And now Stevens offers solar. Stevens Solar Solutions can save you money and energy. Stevens Roofing, quality craftsmanship, solar solutions, and local expertise under one roof. Call 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies, coming off their second bye of the season, take on New Mexico State. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Oh, yeah! I'm just going to shake, baby. Shake 'em off. Shake 'em off. Oh.
And, you're not a girl dad.
I'm not.
You're not. I would have thought you would have been. That's
Why,
the
because
kind
I
of
like
thing
Taylor?
Yeah, well, I mean.
I am.
Ooh.
And I get, I'm not.
I shake it off. Shake it off. I shake it off. Shake it off.
See, I can't. I've already hit the button. I'd already been gone.
You're crazy, man. You're going to get down to this sick beat.
Nah, I'd already been gone.
No. There's a lot of closeted Taylor fans. They don't like to admit it.
I don't dislike her. I am not, but I can't listen to a teenage girl singing for too long.
She's not a teenager.
She sounds like a teen.
She's a woman.
That's a teenage song.
No, she's shaking off her haters. Probably dudes who...
Shaking off homeroom.
Tony says, you guys had a lot of fun today. I've enjoyed it. Great show, fellas. That's the goal. When we have fun, you guys have fun.
Yep.
Let's all have fun together. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Mike McCarthy, not having a lot of fun.
Dude, okay, now his attitude from last week to this. He struck me as a man today. He said two things that struck me as a man who was resigned to his fate.
Okay.
That he already knows that this is over. The one thing he said that I'm going to put on a T-shirt that I got to make sure I get the right quote, what he said exactly. I want all of our drives to end with a kick.
Yeah, I like that too.
And he says, I don't even mind if it's a punt. That shows you where he is right now. If we could just punt the ball instead of just intercepting it or fumbling it away, it would be such a massive change toward the better. That's a guy who's like, well, I don't know where I'm going to be next year, but it ain't going to be Dallas. It's done.
Yeah. I believe he is probably onto something there.
Yeah. And, we joke about it, and I laugh about it a lot that, once you resign to your fate, once you realize or have accepted what's about to happen, good, bad, indifferent, there's some freedom to it. It's coming, and you prepare appropriately, or you fight against it with all your will, but it's coming. And I think there's a little bit of resolve and freedom to, well, it's over, and I'll just do what I can and make the best of a horrible situation and carry on.
There's only so much you can do, and I think he probably knows that there's nothing he can do now that is going to change things, and is what it is. It's unfortunate for him. I think but he's no dummy.
No, and for those of us that wish, good things on people, I don't want anybody to lose their job for performance, but this is the business he chose. But you kind of want him to go out like Al Pacino did on Any Given Sunday. If you're going to go out, make it a huge go out. I mean, make a huge mistake, make a bold effort. I mean, maybe it is, I'm starting Trey Lance for the rest of the season, and we're not going to throw the ball once. I've adopted an RPO go offense. Yeah. I'm going to go Mike Tomlin on this. I'm going to try to beat you today. I'll make whatever the problem is tomorrow, I'll deal with it tomorrow.
Like Lovie Smith. I know I'm fired. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to win the last game of the year.
I'm going to go and I'm going to knock
lose
you out of the
number
playoffs.
one pick.
Yeah, I'm
going to
have
that first.
You're going to pay a price because I'm still here and I'm going to win a game. Right. That's how I would go.
Let's take a look at what's going on in the world of non-sports. Melissa Lucio? Are you familiar with her case?
Refresh my.
She is a lady here in Texas that was convicted for her 2-year-old daughter's death.
Oh, yes. This is she got it was commuted, though, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, they got her.
No, but the trial judge who presided over the case, she's on death row right now, said last month she found that she's innocent. This is the judge that oversaw her case, says she's innocent, and I want my conviction to be overturned, is what the judge recommended.
Sorry.
Now, that's not really the way the justice system works. It has to go to a criminal appeals, which they must decide whether to accept that recommendation. They haven't yet. And, you know, it is Texas. We do like to fry people here. But she was convicted of capital murder in 2008. And
was she convicted by a jury or by the judge?
By a jury.
Well, then sorry, Judge.
But there's been a lot of appeals about the things that happened in the trial. Wasn't necessarily a quote-unquote fair trial. But paramedics arrived at the home in Brownsville. They found the 2-year-old daughter turning purple and unresponsive with bruising throughout her body. And she insisted the entire time the kid fell down the stairs. But they said that that the woman beat her up. So now there's at least like it's at least going to be appealed. They stayed her execution in 2022, and it's about time that stay is up. And now this judge is saying, I've seen enough evidence that I know this is wrong. So now this lady had a bunch of kids, and all 5 of the other ones said our mom never was physically abusive at all. One of the children said they actually saw the baby fall down the stairs. So, I think rule of thumb is you'd rather let, 50 people go who are innocent than kill one, right, or 50 guilty people go than let one innocent person die. But who knows? It is Texas, like I said.
Well, we had this just a couple weeks ago, the Roberson guy who had the stay issued, but in a rather unique kind of political ploy. He was served. He was asked to appear in front of a congressional committee, which halted all the action, which was a new technique in getting things off. I think we're kind of swaying away against the death penalty, but this is Texas. Well, and the governor, good, bad, like him or not, does not commute sentences here in Texas.
He does not.
Does not.
Now, there is another Texas law that's up for debate right now. As we know, in the great state of Texas, if you are with child, that is, by the penal code, that is a protected person from the time it's a little bitty baby embryo until it's hatched out of the womb. That is considered a person. So now it's going in front of courts to decide whether or not pregnant women can use the HOV lane.
That's the actual lawsuit.
It's a real thing that's happening. They're like, hey,
it's a person.
A woman brought the suit. Yes,
I'm with someone. Yeah, if you're going to tell me I can't end this because there's a person in there, that means, good news. I can use the HOV lane.
I can also claim them on my taxes.
It's the little victories that matter.
It is the little victories.
Claim them on the taxes.
It says it would alter the Texas transportation code to allow pregnant drivers use of the HOV lane in the state, regardless of whether the vehicle is occupied by a passenger other than the operator's unborn child.
I think that's the least we can do.
It's true.
What if I weigh as much as 2 people?
No, that's true. That should work.
Loophole.
That's what I'm looking for.
I've been able to. I used the HOV when I had a motorcycle. I was just one person. I didn't have
motorcycles can use the HOV.
Oh yeah, you're using a fuel-efficient vehicle.
See, forgive my ignorance, because in San Antonio we don't do HOV. We don't do HOV. We don't do status, baby. We're all sitting in traffic together. I don't care how much money you got or how many people are in the car.
Yeah.
We're all in it together. But
you're
speaking
next
of,
to the Lambo.
Did you see anybody who drives 1604 and I-10 on Wednesday? Did anybody notice one of those pillars on fire?
No.
Oh, no.
The bridge stanchion, literally on the top of a 50-foot concrete stanchion, something was on fire. I don't know what burns on the top of a bridge support.
Probably a Tesla in there.
But it was literally on fire.
Oh, I've got the story right here.
Somebody's going to have to tell me what was burning. What's up there that would burn?
KSAT drone captured aerial footage of the scene just before 2 p.m.
Yeah, yesterday afternoon, or Wednesday afternoon.
Cause of the fire has not yet been determined.
That's a place that should never burn.
No injuries were reported.
Right.
What the hell?
See how high? What caused that, and what on earth was on fire, and how do we replace it?
I know what caused it. We're almost done with this project.
We got to slow things down.
Oh, yeah.
How can we add 5 more years to this thing?
Yeah, let's
I know.
burn half of it.
Hey, boss, you know concrete can burn?
It's funny. The picture of it looks like the Olympic torch.
It looks like that was on purpose. Seriously.
Yeah.
So what do you think was up there that would burn that hot and that big?
A nest?
It was an eagle's nest. We lost an
Well,
eagle.
I mean,
We lost an eagle.
it was one that they had like there was wood on it.
Yeah, they're
like
working around it.
It's one of the ones that they were actually actively working on. So it had like the deck.
Okay.
But
the amount of fire.
That's a lot of smoke and a lot of fire for that. It
was quite impressive.
I'm saying, yeah, they said, how can we add 5 more years to this project?
One more tick on the list.
More of that. That's why I don't go anywhere.
Well, if you wanted to, you couldn't.
See?
Around there.
Yeah.
Even if you wanted to.
Yeah, you're not allowed to
bring in a safety inspector just to double check.
We're not allowed to finish up a
Which one of these was on fire? Which one of these 50-foot concrete posts that I didn't know concrete could even burn, which one of these was on fire? I'd like to inspect that one.
Now you know the rest of the story.
We're using the special burnable concrete.
Yeah. I'm almost convinced that how does it catch on fire?
That's what on earth caused
Not like how did it start? Like once it's on fire, I get it. It's wood. It burns.
Well, that wasn't just wood. There was way too much
Oh,
wood
I know.
in there.
Yeah.
I mean, way too much fire for what happened. So a lot of questions to be asked.
No
There's
lightning?
an OSHA guy standing with a clipboard and a
yeah.
yellow hat this morning.
Trying to figure it out.
Everybody line up. Who was up there?
A Secret Service agent has found his way into some trouble. He's one of the Secret Service agents that is assigned to Barack Obama and his family. He is now. There's a book out where this woman says she was being wooed by this unidentified senior agent in November of 2022, and he proposed that they have relations in Michelle Obama's private bathroom. They were not home at the time, and they did have relations
in Obama's bathroom.
In Michelle has her own personal bathroom.
I'm sure she does.
Really?
Oh, Michelle.
Oh, here it goes.
Over the bidet.
Oh.
We shouldn't be talking about former first lady like that.
No one will know. If anything, I'm the one who could get in trouble, is what the agent said. Mm-hmm. And once there, he tried to convince her to have sex in the first lady's bathroom. We should have sex
in
Michelle's bathroom, like the Mile High Club.
Well, so he brought this chick to the house?
Yeah.
Or did she work in the house?
Yes.
No, he brought her to the house?
He just like, this was his pickup move? You want to do it in Obama's bathroom?
Yeah.
And it
would have worked on me.
It worked.
It worked.
Sure.
This guy apparently was telling her the code names.
Uh-oh.
She knew the Obama's schedule. She knew what day she had private tennis lessons.
Shoot the moon.
Things she should not have been privy to as a civilian.
We're using code words.
So now they've got the Secret Service is reevaluating all their rules
I don't know what the hell's
So
going
basically, you're not allowed to have sex in any former president's bathrooms
You can't
anymore.
pick up a woman and use the bathroom as incentive?
No.
Well, what's the point of being a Secret Service agent?
That's
I'm going to get
my
shot
question.
at. Oh, well,
pass.
Some of those agents dive out of the way, but
pass.
There's no perks to this job at all.
Finally, speaking of presidents, a prisoner has written a letter to Donald Trump asking for a pardon. You may know this prisoner. His name?
Wait.
It's not.
Is it the Tiger King?
It's the Tiger King.
Well,
It's Joe Exotic.
He was tried the first time.
Yeah, he didn't get it the first time.
But now he said he's got some new strategies with President Trump.
God.
He's going to be actually on the cabinet.
He's currently set to be released in 2036, but he's looking to get out earlier. As we all know, he is accused of trying to murder that bitch Carol Baskin.
Bitch Carol Baskin.
In a desperate plea to escape the prison that he's in Fort Worth, Joe Exotic asked Trump for a pardon in a letter where he also outlined being, quote, scared as hell that Kamala was going to win the election. And you know that plays to Trump. Like, he's like, oh, okay, yeah.
You got my attention. Okay.
He said, a lot of people went to bat for you in 2021 who have been living in hell ever since. Everyone hopes you keep the promises you made during your campaign, which include pardoning everyone sooner than later in January of 2025. Some of those very people have been stuck in solitary confinement, forced to live like rats, have killed themselves in prison, or have died. Some, like myself, have fought like hell to hang on, hoping for you to win this election.
See, you're a federally convicted criminal. You can't vote.
Right?
What good are you to me?
But he's a star who can tell other people to vote.
Well,
and
I
if
thought
anybody's going to influence young people to vote, it's Joe Exotic.
Well,
the Tiger King, you know, he that's who controls the.
Well, doesn't
he controls things behind the scenes? And you're right, though.
He should have been nominated as Secretary of Interior. He should have been over the national park.
Right, Joe wants a role in the cabinet as the new federal fish and wildlife director.
See, that's what I'm saying. He should be there, and that given who's already there, he'll fit right in.
It could happen.
So Joe has a felony, right?
Yes.
So if he gets pardoned.
Does he still have a felony? I don't know.
It depends on the type of pardon.
So can he vote again?
I mean, well, Trump can't.
Trump can't vote.
If he's been pardoned, he's still been convicted and pardoned. He still can't vote.
But Trump won't be able to.
That's my question.
Trump won't be able to run again for president, so it doesn't matter. Trump doesn't care if he can vote anymore.
Right. It's all that's done, unless.
But he did talk about running again.
If asked.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, you're not Roosevelt.
Well, we talked about Tiger King last month when he met Jorge Marquez.
Yeah, they're betrothed, right?
His new man. They're either trying to get married in prison or getting him asylum when they get out.
Is he an anchor baby?
I'm not sure.
Does he need a marriage for asylum?
But that's the thing about Joe Exotic trying to plead to Donald Trump is he's got an illegal husband. This would be a bad look for Donald Trump.
I think that
to let this guy who's trying to marry an illegal immigrant out of prison early. I don't think the Donald's going to go for it. I don't think he is. All right, when we come back, we will do what we always do. We'll take a look at the daily lines, and we'll also give away some tickets to the UTSA North Texas game tonight. I got to tell you guys about Carbach. I bet they'll be serving Carbach over at the Alamo Dome tonight. That'd be a good way to watch the game. Have a couple pops in you, and you'd be surprised how many places you could find Carbach all over the place. I bought some Carbach yesterday at the grocery store because I got people coming over to watch the violence on tomorrow night for the UFC. I said, you know what? We need some Crawford Bach in the fridge. So we got some of that. But if you're watching it at a bar, you're watching it at a restaurant, chances are good they've got some Carbach beers on tap as well. Usually the Love Street Blonde is about everywhere. Except here, because otherwise I'd drink some and not have that issue.
Water will kill you.
It does. But Love Street, that smooth drinking blonde ale, just a very light, refreshing beer. Crawford Bach is my favorite daily drinker from them. And, of course, the Hopadillo, the IPA, their flagship IPA. One of those beers is at almost every bar or restaurant you're going to go to in San Antonio. So when you're out and about this weekend, watching football, watching the fights, ask your bartender, please make it a Carbach.
I'm on the outside. Listen all this week to AG and Rob to win tickets to see Aaron Lewis and the State Liners in their American As It Gets tour. Coming to the Majestic Theater February 6th from 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This Friday night in the Alamo Dome, your UTSA Roadrunners take on rival North Texas. It's the UTSA Salute to Armed Forces and Veterans presented by USAA. Get your tickets now, and you can donate to the Tickets for Troops program to help deserving service members and veterans attend the game. It's UTSA versus North Texas this Friday night at 7 in the Alamo Dome. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your seats now. UTSA football. It's more than a game. It's an experience.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hey there, you and aisle 2. I see you by the fiber and laxatives. You still using those to manage your constipation with belly pain? If your symptoms keep coming back, you may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. So you may need more than over-the-counter treatments to manage it. Ask your doctor about how Linzess can help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Time to start planning your Thanksgiving dinner, and that starts with the turkey. And the best turkeys are from Tri-County Meat Market. Tri-County gets their turkeys from Barber Farms in Colorado. These fresh, all-natural turkeys are never frozen and come between 8 and 24 pounds. Tri-County Meat Market only gets a limited number, so reserve your turkey before they sell out. Pre-order your turkeys and your pies from the Ultimate Cheesecake Bakery now at either Tri-County Meat Market location on Huebner Road or on Ralph Fair Road.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Little known fact, this is Taylor Swift playing guitar right here.
They share the same hairstyle. You seen Wolfie play this?
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's cool.
My son loves Van Halen. My 12-year-old.
Respect.
He's got one of the Eddie Van Halen.
The red guitar.
The burst guitar. Yeah, he's got that one.
Nice.
All right. What do we do this day? Every time we get to this segment, we like to discuss what's going on in Vegas, what's going on in the desert. So we go through the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Daily Lines brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house located at 281 and Bitters. Before we get started on it, though, I guess we need to give something away. I'll do it on the Brigade Bar. Okay. Hey, first person who can actually go to the game tonight, UTSA North Texas, first person to put up how many kidneys Vic has. Our producer Vic has I want to know exactly how many kidneys he has inside his body, but you have to be able to go to the game tonight. Don't waste it. We're trying to pack the dome. God bless, birds up. First one to tell me how many kidneys Vic has, you can go to the UTSA game just like
half?
that.
Is it a whole number?
It is a whole number.
A whole number, all right.
It's a whole number. All right, let's take a look at what's going on with the daily lines, and we'll start. There you go, Miguel. Miguel's your winner. Miguel, go ahead and call in. If you can go to the game tonight, we'll get you out there.
Awesome.
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. The fight tonight, the current price is, let's see, there it is. Jake Paul minus 200, Mike Tyson plus 160. Wow. We're all hopeful, right?
Yeah.
Here's my wager on this fight.
Okay.
Over 6.5 rounds. First, the important thing to remember is these guys are fighting 2-minute rounds. Normal rounds are 3 minutes, so these are already almost cut in half. The other very, very, very important factor is these guys are going to be wearing 14-ounce gloves. 14-ounce gloves are gloves that you use in training when you're trying not to hurt your partners.
It's because they're heavy? Or they're light?
They're pillows.
They're just big.
They're heavier. Normally, you use 10-ounce gloves in a boxing match.
Which is more fist.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
less padding.
Yeah, there you go.
So these are more padded gloves.
Okay.
Over 6.5 rounds is even money. I think that's what we see tonight. I think we see this thing probably go the distance, like Rob said. Hopefully, Mike Tyson's done enough. Hopefully, he's able to go for 7 rounds, 14 minutes, which would be like 5 rounds in real time, like they were fighting a real fight.
Okay.
So there you go. That's my opinion. It's not gospel. Again, this is a little bit of a cartoon match.
Yeah, this is roller derby. I feel like the outcome's ordained, and if someone would tell me, like, yeah, it's going to go 9 rounds.
You might be right. You might be right. But that's my thought is with those big gloves and 2-minute rounds, this thing lasts a little while.
All I can picture is those clown gloves, those big.
That's basically what it is. I mean, it's like these are big gloves, dude.
Put them in sumo suits and clown gloves.
Yeah, these are big gloves. These are the gloves like when I was in fact, I used 12-ounce gloves when I was training. Like, so these are very, very fluffy. In the UFC 309, John Jones and Stipe Miocic. John Jones minus 625 in the main event. The total in this one is 2.5 rounds under at minus 160. That's my expectation, is that John Jones makes some quick work. Stipe doesn't have an advantage anywhere at this point. He's not going to be able to. He's a good wrestler. He's not a better wrestler than John Jones.
How big is this guy? What does he weigh?
Probably 235, 240.
He looks bigger than Jones.
He is. Remember, John Jones was a 205er his entire career until his last fight. So he's fighting up, and he's put on weight the right way. But yeah, he's still not as big as a guy like Stipe. Charles Oliveira minus 245 favorite over Michael Chandler in the co-main event, and Bo Nickel minus 1350, the biggest favorite on the card against Paul Craig. If you think Paul Craig can solve the Bo Nickel problem, you get 8-1 on your money.
Bo Nickel.
If you like that sort of thing. Let's take a look at the college foots. And I guess we can start with the games tonight, because there are some college football games tonight. Wyoming is at Colorado State. Wyoming a 9.5-point dog. I'd like a 10 there, but if you can get a 10, I like Wyoming. I think that Colorado State shouldn't be laying double digits to anybody. So
I wouldn't think so. I feel like I don't know something.
Yeah, it's a weird number. North Texas, a 1-point favorite here in San Antonio. Total is 72. I like the over. I've got no idea who's going to win the game. I mean, obviously, I'm hopeful for the local boys, but I just think there's going to be a lot of points scored, and it's going to be kind of a bingo match. UCLA's at Washington. The Huskies, 4.5-point favorites. I like Washington here. I don't think UCLA is going to be able to run the ball against Washington. If you can't run the ball, you're one-dimensional. UCLA's proven they're no good. So I like UCLA, and I like Houston at Arizona. Houston +2 on the road. Arizona feels like things are broken, and Houston with Fritz, his guys are finally starting to figure it out. They're playing a lot better, much better coached team. So give me the Cougs on the road in an upset tonight.
Come a long way, baby. This is not the same team 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was bad football.
The other games of note this weekend, the Ohio State Buckeyes, 29-point favorites at Northwestern.
On the lake.
Man, Northwestern scores 1 touchdown. They cover this game. That's.
Oh, wow. Did Purdue score?
No.
No, okay.
No. Texas is at Arkansas. Purdue is worse than Northwestern. Northwestern's 4-5.
I think Northwestern's going to score just because they're at home playing in a parking lot next to a lake.
They're actually not. You know where they're playing this game? Wrigley Field.
Even
more unique.
Worse. Yeah, I don't know if that's better or worse, but
Texas is at Arkansas. Texas a 13-point favorite on the road. Rob seems to think they're going to get that done.
I do.
Utah is at Colorado. Utah +11 at Colorado. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. Utah's defense is legit. I would assume Utah can get some things going on offense against a Colorado defense, but I like the under probably more than anything, but if I had to play it, I'd play Utah.
Me too. I think they're coming into they got robbed last week.
They're pissed
literally,
off.
It was well, no, I shouldn't say that. They didn't get robbed, but in their minds they did, and that's just as bad. I think they're going to come with a little bit of fire this week.
Clemson laying 12 at Pitt. Pitt now unranked after losing back-to-back games. Frauds have been exposed, and now Clemson. You talk about teams that are looking for style points. Clemson needs them. Tulane is a 7-point road favorite against the United States Naval Academy. Man, Tulane is freaking good considering they basically started over, lost their coach and started over. They've got it going on.
Where Fritz left took a while to adjust, and where he landed, it took a while to adjust.
Man, they look good. And they would probably be, if Boise were to slip up, they might be next in line. Mm-hmm. Alabama plays Mercer this weekend. Good luck. Penn State is at Purdue. The aforementioned Purdue. God, Penn State. You talk about beauty pageant games. I expect Penn State to just humiliate Purdue. Purdue is garbage. They were 1-8. They didn't even show up last week. Got embarrassed. Notre Dame -23.5 against Virginia. We talked about that earlier. Another beauty pageant game. SMU -19.5 hosting Boston College. Another beauty pageant game. They want to run up the score. These teams want to run it up. Louisville's at Stanford. Louisville laying 20.5. LSU's at Florida. LSU -3.5. Word on the street is Lagway is going to play for Florida. And if you have seen LSU try and stop running quarterbacks this year, it's been pretty embarrassing, especially the last couple weeks.
If LSU loses to Florida, how long does Kelly get to stick around?
I don't know that he does.
Yeah.
And right now, I mean, LSU's season ended last week.
Wow.
LSU's going to be playing in the Music City Bowl or something like that. You think those kids are up for this game? I don't think so. They're 4-5. They have no business being 4-5. They're fighting for respectability. They got a chance to get something done against a down LSU team. I like Florida in the swamp here. Missouri at South Carolina. South Carolina, a 13.5-point favorite. All that tells you is that Brady Cook is probably not playing for Missouri. So I don't want to lay a big number with South Carolina. I don't think they're the kind of team that you want to lay a big number with.
No.
But I also can't back Mizzou without their quarterback, so I've got no idea. Boise's at San Jose. Boise laying 14 on the road. I'm taking San Jose State +14 at home. San Jose State has arguably the best wide receiver in the country in Nick Nash. Boise's vulnerable against big passing plays. Mm-hmm. There's going to be some big passing plays against this Boise team. I don't know if I'm going to call it. I'm going to say I'm going to consider sprinkling some money line on San Jose State. I could see Boise losing in this game. It's on the road. They're playing against an offense that is built to beat them. It's a matter of, can Ashton Jeanty be slowed down at all?
Are they? I don't pretend to have watched any Boise State.
Okay.
But right now, if they are Ashton Jeanty, and that's all they are, they got to be that.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can San Jose stop that. I haven't seen them, but I just get the sense that everybody all season long has done everything they can to stop Jeanty, and they haven't done it so far.
Yep. Unbeaten at home, though. San Jose State, all 3 of their losses came on the road.
Of all the group of 5 schools, I'm rooting for them. That's the one I want to see.
For Boise?
I don't know why. They're probably going to get waxed. Is it Army?
Yeah. I want Army to beat Notre Dame, knock Notre Dame out of the playoff, and get in as America's team, and then get absolutely throttled by Ohio State or
exactly.
Texas or Ohio State, whoever it's going to be. Arizona State's at Kansas State. It looks like your boy Avery Johnson is going to be back and playing. I kind of like them against Arizona State, even though Scatabo is going to play as well. I just don't think I think Arizona State's kind of falling apart here at the end. Oregon's at Wisconsin. Oregon laying 13.5. Not a very big number. But again, it's a West Coast team traveling to the middle of the country. We've warned against those all year. 6:30, the big game. Tennessee at Georgia. They're at Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, between the hedges. UGA laying 9.5 against Tennessee. Total in this game is 47.5. I like the under.
Tennessee, come on. No, I want. I'm tired of Tennessee's act.
Okay, I'll say this. Since Heupel's been at Tennessee, they've done nothing against Georgia. Yeah. Kirby Smart he's got the keys to Josh Heupel's chastity belt. He says, "You keep this on when I say you keep it on, boy." I just think it's a very low scoring game. Etienne, the running back for Georgia, is out, so that's their best offensive weapon. Hopefully that doesn't mean that Carson Beck's going to be chucking around the ball and throwing a bunch of interceptions. 12 interceptions he has this year. They got to limit how much he's throwing. Aggie minus 39 against New Mexico State. I can't recommend.
It's too big,
it's
man.
Too big of a
it's
number.
Too much.
I think this is going to be a figure out what Marcel Reed can do kind of game, which means there's going to be some mistakes, and they've accepted that. 39, I don't think that happens. Washington State's at New Mexico. They're laying 10 points on the road. New Mexico's defense is awful, and Washington State's offense is good at sports.
And they're going to have to
and they're in the beauty pageant.
Yeah, win it big, win it pretty.
Kansas is at BYU. Kansas plus 2.5 in Provo. Kansas is 3-6. BYU's 9-0. I'm telling you now.
Jayhawk.
Give me the Jayhawks to win outright. I said Utah was going to beat them last week. They should have. They didn't. Kansas beats them here. This quarterback for BYU, Jake Retzloff, he stinks. It's such garbage. I don't understand how this is working, but it's got to come to an end eventually. I think it comes to an end tonight. And your San Antonio Spurs, 3-point dogs at home against the Lakers. They get it done tonight, Rob?
No.
This one counts. It's the tournament.
He has trouble with Anthony Davis.
Yeah, you're probably right. We'll be back Monday. Morning Huddle 94.1.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA. It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is Friday, and this Friday's a little more special than all the rest.
There is a lot going on this football Friday. There is football, high school playoffs in action, but also you have UTSA in North Texas.
You got the Spurs and the Lakers in the Frost Bank Center as well.
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
That too.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
What is GMTVCC? It's a mouthful, but translation for GMTVCC.com is Give Me the VIN Classic and Collector Cars. It's a brand new buying division of Give Me the VIN, but it's for classic and collector